Welcome back for our continual supporters. For those that are new, welcome to Good Earners Reviewing the Sopranos, where we talk about family, finessing, finances, and feelings in the world of Tony Soprano, bringing you a new perspective, a fly perspective, and a black perspective. I got my two brothers here, my partners in crime here. How y'all fellas doing today?
Maron.
Myron, man. Good seeing you, my brother. We got a new Don of the family, too.
Yeah, it's an heir. We got an heir to the throne.
An
It's right here for the viewers on YouTube. This is the heir we took the break off for. So he says hello.
I mean, usually, unless he's retarded or just special, he'll be able to take over, right?
Oh,
Like,
that's a great reference.
Great pool. Great
Great
pool.
pool.
In my day.
Man, bro.
Enough of this in your day shit. Back in your day
bro,
shit.
Man. I immediately thought about Kanye when I heard that verse. Like that old folks talking about back in my day. Well, homie, this is my day. You know what I mean? Like that whole...
Man.
But it's good to be back nonetheless, man. We're moving this thing for those that if y'all email us a little later than when we normally release, then y'all will have to excuse us not reading it at this time because it's the holiday weekend, so we're recording earlier than normal. So y'all gonna have to catch us on the next one. But nonetheless, of course, I'll try to be a little briefer than usual because I know we might have went a little long-winded on the last time we talked about the supporters of ours. So I'll be a little bit briefer here. So we got, well, actually, I don't have it pulled up, but Chris Falone, it ties into the email that we got. But Chris Falone definitely put us on game. Like we was talking about the Asian American, and that there was an actual Asian American that was like exceptional at football that we were referencing when we was like, man, I've never heard a Chinese person like in the NFL or play football at that level. We got an email from Jordan. Is this Jordan? Rich?
Yeah, that's Jordan. She talking about Young Hoku, the kicker.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I told her. I told him, man, he's a kicker. He don't count.
Come on, Jordan.
There's a lot of things I can say right now that I'm not gonna say. There's a lot. He's a kicker. There's a lot of things I can say right now. I'm not gonna say, but nonetheless, she says,
Did
fellas.
we mention Mantateo? He was
yeah. That doc is on Netflix too. That was crazy.
Yeah,
man.
He wild for that whole. I never mind. Let me not be.
Yeah. That was crazy.
Figure that out. Y'all figure that out.
Y'all figured it out, man. But it says, fellas, I just finished listening to the episode 3, Where's Johnny, and had to respond to the conversation about Asian football players. During my first watch, I thought the same thing. Y'all did. Ain't no damn Asian playing football. And if there are, they aren't good enough for the conversation Bobby and AJ were having. However, during my second rewatch, and after I listened to another fantasy football podcast, I remembered that Young Ho Koo, the place kicker for the Atlanta Falcons, was the reason I lost a pivotal game in fantasy football last year. So there is at least one Asian football player who theoretically is good at football. I also went down the rabbit hole and thought about Hines Ward, but he's only half. Another great episode, y'all.
Hines Ward is a good one.
Hines Ward is a good one. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I forgot all about Hines Ward. That's a really good one.
Nah, man, y'all see the jersey I'm wearing if y'all watching on YouTube, man. Fuck Hines Ward, football player, man. I don't know him as an individual, but the football player, man. Fuck him.
Now you TJ Hushmanzada, man.
Oh, look at him. You know some players.
Yeah, I know a few things. I know some things.
That's back when you was watching.
Yeah, that's back when I was watching. I was on it heavy.
I had to be. Yeah,
on it heavy. Yeah. I was on it heavy. But yeah, thank you, Jordan, for hitting us up about that. That was good.
Shout out to Jordan, man. We appreciate it.
Shout out to Jordan.
And then our last email is from Dean Miller. This is the bruv from the north.
Bruv.
That's bruv. He says, hi all. Really appreciate the work you guys put in on the podcast. Still really enjoying the episodes. I have another hypothetical question for y'all. If Tony B didn't do what he did and became a made guy, where do you think he would have fit in the Tony Soprano team? Would he have been a captain, underboss, consigliere, would he have ruffled feathers with his ascension, and how might that have played out politically down the line? The sum of the other situations later. Looking forward to the rest of the seasons, along with the Back of the Bean episodes. Dean from North London.
I'll say he would have risen up the ranks. He probably would have taken Bobby's spot. By the time you get to like 6B, he probably would have been 3 behind Seal. Bobby probably would have been a notch beneath him. I think what we probably got robbed of was the Paulie Tony B feud, because that would have happened 1,000% if Tony B had jumped him. Similar to how Paulie had issues with Ralphie, it would have been the same way.
I think that's an accurate assessment right there, Rich. I can't see him not being like I don't know really what he meant when he said if he hadn't did what he did to be a made guy.
No, if he didn't do what he did, it ended up being a made guy. So instead of doing what he did,
which what we're talking about is something that's about to come up in one of the episodes. Is that what you're talking about? Is that what
that something that caused him to leave Jersey?
Got it. Yeah, I think he would have been right there. He would have took Bobby's spot. That's a great example, Rich. He would have been right there at number 3 behind Seal.
Especially after the Sopranos on videos. There ain't no way
Facts.
Bobby would have been. Yeah, Bobby would have got demoted.
I can't wait.
I agree. I think that if he had stayed around, the only thing that I think I could see is him, like, he probably would have died a silly death. I think. I don't know why. I just think he would have died like a silly death, like a future character. Like he would have had some kind of like stupid like kids.
Like Gigi?
Not that silly. I think a little more like, you know, but I think he'd be like, hey boys, get back in the house. Come on, get in the house. And something silly like got him. You know what I mean? So but that's as far as I could really think about with Tony B. Again, I have a hard time because I just don't believe this character. So it's always hard for me to like, if he did stay, he never was about that to me. So
you never watched Boardwalk Empire, did you?
No.
Okay.
I was gonna make that that transition, and I still may.
It makes his character a lot more believable.
I started it like in the 5 minutes. I was like, do I really want to watch this? And I got out of there. So I ain't really gave it a proper chance. But we do got a YouTube comment from our season 3, episode 2, Prosha Lavushka. He says, damn, did y'all really put yourselves in place of the Uncle Ben's box? I can't even remember what we referring to. It must have been Tony passing out or something over the Uncle Ben's box. Like, I don't know, but his name is Kiori the Okapi. I don't know, but shouts out to him. But yeah, so we thank y'all. And shouts out to.
I wonder.
What?
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, and shouts out to Chris Falone. I didn't read his comments for obvious reasons because I got the junior. But shouts out to all the listeners of ours.
We don't have to spend too much time on this, obviously. I'm just throwing this out there right now. Let's go ahead and throw Boardwalk Empire on the list.
You talking about for us?
I think
it's that good.
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely, man.
Absolutely.
56 episodes.
Listen, man, season 3 of Boardwalk Empire is one of the best seasons of TV ever.
Why y'all never talk about this?
Season 3, when my man came from New York and was trying to like that season, that's one of the best seasons of TV ever. I would put that up there with any singular great season of television. It's right there with Westworld season 1. It's right there with The Wire season 3. It's like season 3 of Boardwalk Empire is amazing.
Yeah, to piggyback off that,
it takes a lot to get to it though. Like there's a lot of like, why the fuck am I watching this with Boardwalk Empire in the first 2 seasons?
Yeah, the final, I would just to real quick before we get into the episode, the final 3 episodes of season 3. You can put them up against any 3 episodes of television, like any consecutive. Like if you take the best back-to-back episodes of any show, they can stand right up there with
Rich, easily, and not hold no qualms. Like easily, yeah. Like I can compete with any 3 episodes you want to. You can go Breaking Bad, you can whatever you like. Them that season 3 last 3 episodes is right there with.
Yeah, just an idea. You know, obviously we got other stuff to get to. We'll talk about that at a later date. But here we are, man.
And I just started rewatching The Wire too. Really, just like it's
Yeah, it's
jeez,
beautiful. It's beautiful,
crazy.
ain't it? It's
It's
beautiful, ain't it?
crazy. It's crazy. It get better every time.
It's
bro.
beautiful.
It's
I'm on
beautiful.
season
It's
one.
beautiful.
I'm on
Beautiful.
season 1, episode 8, acting like I've
Hey,
never seen this shit before, bro. And it's like,
that's one of my favorite. That was man. That's one of my
God.
favorite episodes. Stinkum got. Hey now.
Yeah, man. Hey now, it was like a horror movie.
Yeah.
Like that shit was like, yeah. I know Mo
I
don't feel
wish
the same
I
way.
wish Bird was here. He loved shit like this. Hey man, shout out to The Wire.
Shout out to The Wire, man. All right, what we got, Mo?
Well, what episode are we reviewing today, Spike Lou?
Today, Mo, we are reviewing season 5, episode 4, All Happy Families. And in this episode, Tony and Carmela have different views on how they should be handling AJ during the separation. Lorraine meets her demise. Fech tells a story that Tony doesn't like in the back of the Adriana's club, and he convinces him to take over Junior's poker game. Tony and Carm meet with Mr. Wegler about AJ's school choices. AJ goes to an overnight concert in New York, and a wedding is robbed. Fech may be too ambitious for the Soprano crew. Also, AJ goes to live with Tony. This is season 5, episode 4, All Happy Families.
We open up and AJ is practicing driving. You know, we can relate to that. We see Tony and Blundetto. They're at the back of the pool, and the twins are Blundetto's kids are playing in the pool. We get a scene where Tony goes in the house, and I don't know why Carmela throwing this shade. What did y'all think about this scene, bro?
It's interesting. I think Carmela threw the shade because yeah, you family. Yeah, I know Tony B, but we ain't together, man. You got people all up in our crib using the pool and all that. Now, obviously, Tony gonna hit him with the I still pay for this house, so I get it. But Carmela it just goes to show where they are in their relationship right now. She gonna throw the shade, and that's shade that you like. Once that happens, you'll never bring stuff like that up again. Like certain things, once they happen, you just leave it in the past.
Just low ball for nothing, bro. Like,
Hey,
why he get it straight?
The fact that Tony actually smuggled his sperm out to get his girl pregnant is crazy.
Boy, you talk about survivor's guilt.
I think that, yeah, this is the first time I actually paid attention to what she said right there. It's like, damn, yeah, I went through all of that, like keeping the sperm cold. Like that's insane. But to what y'all was saying, like it was a low blow for nothing. And it goes to show where Carmela is with this relationship. Like, bro, you're a piece of shit. And every time that I can remind you that you're a piece of shit, I'm going to remind you that you're a piece of shit. This is where our relationship is right now. Even how she's standing there in the window with the coffee cup, she just looks.
That's what I'm saying. Like you could be thinking about everything else, but that's what's on your mind. It's crazy how,
on my mind.
Like, what? And then like the fact that like it's amazing to me, very interesting. This is like the first, I feel like, remnant of Tony B changing his mind about his career is this moment where we see him and he's looking at the pool and looking like, damn, Tony's doing well for himself, even though he don't even live here now. And the boys, they just loving this. Like they're playing in the pool. And I feel like he's looking at it like, man, like, dang, he's doing really well. But Tony's like so nonchalant about it. Like he's like, all right, yeah, man, whatever. Like he ain't really even, I mean, part of it's because he ain't there no more for the time being. And also just because it's, you know, I've been on this. So it's just very interesting to me.
Yeah, man. It's to your point about Tony B, you can see it in his eyes. It's not really discussed. And Tony B never really comes out and says it, even throughout the season. But it's kind of like, man, what would my life look like had you went away and not me?
Yep.
Yeah, you always wonder how he really feels. You know what I mean? That's always a through line. Like what he never says it, but you're right. You do kind of look like, okay, at some point, you know. But what did y'all think about the Carmela and Tony? They're communicating of the co-parenting thing again, and they're going back and forth again. What did y'all think about that part of it?
It's always what Carmelo saying in one of them earlier episodes. It's always gay with you. He throwing shots at Wegler. This is the first mention, not the first mention, but maybe the second real mention of Wegler. First appearance for him this episode. And obviously, this is setting up Carmella being the bad cop. You know what I mean? You taking AJ out to Mets games on a school night. You buying brand new drum sets. You don't even look through the classified ads. You know everything that's going on with him. You know he sucks at school. He's not applying himself. You know he's lazy. Why do you think this is going to help him? And Tony has his own self-guilt, as we just mentioned about with Tony B, but the same with AJ. I'm not here at the home. I'm not at home because of something I did. So I'm going to make sure, because of my shortcomings, I'm going to make sure that my kids still love me and I'm still on their good side. If there is a fight or argument between good parent, bad parent, I'm going to be the good parent. I'm going to be the cool one. I didn't want to do this.
That's exactly what I got from this scene. Like you just said, Rich, it was Tony being like, I'm going to be the good guy. Like, you can be the person who talks about grades and does all of this bullshit with him. I'm going to be the guy to take him to the Mets game and make him remember that his dad's not in the home and that he should still fuck with his dad. Is it right? I don't know, but I do see Tony's play in it, and it lines up with his character throughout the series. It lines up with who Tony Soprano is. I want to be like, it even goes to a line that Carmella says later, like, everybody wants to be your friend. They all laugh at your jokes. Same thing right here for AJ.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and I ain't got to sit here and listen to us no more, man. That's why we separated.
Right, that's why we ain't. And then she goes on to say, "Well, that ain't why we separated now, but in my mind, it is.
Yeah, man.
In my mind, that's the reason. Yeah, I ain't trying to hear that.
Yeah, Tony always gonna be petty. We go to the next scene, and Lorraine gets killed. It's crazy coming out the shower, rubbing your hair, like, yeah, that's definitely high Lorraine by Lorraine. Like, you come out and you just rubbing your hair, it's a normal day, and then you all of a sudden, like, that is crazy. What do y'all think about that?
My man smacked her with the towel a couple of times. I found that was hilarious.
That was so funny. Smacking that ass.
Smacking her ass with the towel a couple of times was hilarious.
Yeah, at that point, you just go ahead. My bad.
I was just gonna say a couple things that I got from this scene. How pointless the boyfriend that she had was, because that's supposed to be the nigga that's protecting you. He looked big and strong, but at the end of the day, like, real G's got a hold of him, and it wasn't nothing he could do. Two, also the ruthlessness in which Phil operates. Like, bro, I'm not playing no games, and this was a good foundation for the character that we know Phil to grow out to be. It's like, bro, I'm not fucking around with y'all. This is what's gonna happen. God just told you and you didn't do it. Okay, boom.
Yeah, man. Next time there'll be no next time. Take heed to what I'm saying. I'm not playing. These aren't jokes.
No, yeah.
I told you straight up what it was. To Spike's point, that was the funniest part of the scene. Like, the comedy of knowing I'm about to kill you, but I'm still fucking with you. I'm rolling up the towel and smacking you. That's something you expect the twins to do. Tony B's kids, or something like that. When you play around the pool, man, like, I'm just toying around with you, chasing you around the crib, you butt naked, like, you completely vulnerable. You tripping over your dead boyfriend's, body. As we told him last week, grown men are talking. And then Joey Peeps come in. She looked. Here's the thing, man. Don't look surprised. Don't look shocked. Don't act like you didn't know this was coming. I told you this was coming.
See, she wasn't protected at all. Like, they nobody backed you. Like, they didn't send no security to cover you. Like, you wasn't. Yeah, you wasn't covered at all. You thought you was.
That's when you tell Carmine, because remember, I think in one of the next scenes, Carmine says she told me about Johnny or Phil coming to see her. Well, if you knew that, what makes you think Phil? What makes you think Phil was playing? Send her some extra protection, or as Lorraine, she got to hit him with the yo. My man stuck a phone book to my chest and shot through it. Told me he would do it again next time if I don't kick up, man. I'm sorry. I love you, Carmine. We grew up together.
But I gotta do what I gotta do.
I gotta do what I gotta do to survive.
Yep. And my man Phil outside sitting in the all-time trap car with aluminum. He got the aluminum outside waiting on him to get done with it.
100%, man. Shout out to aluminum. Shout out to the Luna.
We go to the next scene. Little Carmine and the crew, and they're having a conversation as they get the news. Anything y'all want to add to that?
Yeah, shout out to Info, man. I want to give his input. But this is what it's like in war. This is what it's like in war, man. First of all, let me shout out. We see our first we get the first appearance of Rusty. Rusty's a new character. I only want to shout him out because if you remember the Columbus episode, the big beef about getting Frankie Valli to come to the casino, perform some shows. This is Frankie Valli playing Rusty. Yeah, Frankie Valli, the singer, is actually playing Rusty. And I thought that's a great callback when they tied him into the series with the whole Columbus thing. But yeah, this is a war, man. This is how it looks. She told me he warned her. Well, you should have moved a little bit better. Angelo trying to play the defense. We in it now. Once bodies start dropping, we in it.
This was a great explanation of shit just got real. Like it's not very easy to tell from a person who hasn't watched The Sopranos a couple of times, or if you're not familiar with like how these things go, if you're not familiar with mob culture, but like that scene was good. It's like, okay, shit just got real. What I was trying to do, or the thought process that I had, if I'm a little Carmine, these are the ways that it's gonna play out, and I'm gonna be the mob boss. Like, nah, bro, this is a war. And then that was a good subtle moment with that crew doing it. And then the next scene was an even more overt moment as far as how New Jersey is talking about it.
Let me ask you this, and we don't know a ton about the whole setup in New York and all the families, but Rusty makes a comment like, "We can just go after John right now. We'll steamroll him. Like there'll be people in Brooklyn that's happy. Like, do you think he could have pulled that off, or do we? Yeah, and Queens. Like it'll be nothing. Like it's nothing for him to go."
That was a surprising statement that stuck out to me in the later watches. That didn't really stick out to me in the first couple watches, but like you just said, Rich, it made me wonder. Like, damn, people really don't fuck with Johnny like that. Like I never got that from this series other than this scene, and this scene makes it seem like, I mean, if we was to do Johnny, like nobody really would give a fuck.
So here's my question, Spike. And here's why I wonder why they put it in there. Is it because they don't fuck with Johnny, or is it because they believe in Fech's methodology of this is Carmine Jr.? There shouldn't even be no question about who should be taking
no question
over.
about it. From
Like,
old school rules,
yeah.
it should be Carmine Jr. 100%. I think that was the thing that they were going for. Because then going to the next scene and having Fech say that, I think that was where they was trying to put us with. Like what Johnny is doing isn't necessarily how it works in this world of ours. Like Johnny is doing some outrageous or radical type shit.
Yeah.
What say you about it?
I think the same thing. I think it's because of that. It's because this thing of ours, and we've seen this numerous times. We're going to continue to see it throughout the series. There are no switching up the rules. There are no new tricks and stuff like that. It is what it is when it comes to this. Like there is no bending. Like Johnny said that one episode, we bend more rules in the Catholic Church. Like he said that in the Wait. Like he says that ironically, but he's doing the same thing. Like there is a power struggle, and I get that, but there should be a better way to actually go about this. And now there's bloodshed, and a lot of people, especially if you got some of these other families that are ran by OGs, they're gonna look at it like, man, that's a funny little move, man. I don't know, why are you taking over?
Going on over there?
Yeah, that's weird, man. But I look, our good brother Mo, he's being a father, so we're gonna hold him down in the meantime. We're gonna hold him down in the meantime. We're gonna move on to the next scene.
Yeah,
he gonna jump in when he's ready.
Yeah, next scene, we had the Soprano crew reacting to what happened to Lorraine in the back of Adriana's club. What would you say about Fech's presence here? Of course, we know what happens at another point, Rich, but just the presence of Fech and him even having the balls to ask for the poker game.
So this is interesting. There's a couple things from the scene that I want to point out. For one, isn't it good to be on the sideline when the shit really heating up? Like when you know some shit really going on, some bodies are dropping, and you like, hey man, I'm
crazy.
Yeah, man. It's almost like if you made a sports analogy, it's like you waiting, you already in advance of the championship and you waiting to see who you about to play.
Who I'm about to play next year.
Yeah, and these two are going at it, 7-game series, top to bottom. It's a full mess. So it's good for them to be able to observe and like, damn, man, what's gonna happen next? It's like a TV show for them. Like, what's gonna happen, man? John made a declaration of war. We're gonna see how this shakes out. Fech comes in, and his presence, to your point, Spike, it can be a problem for Tony because, all right, and I love how they purposely put Benny and little Paulie in this scene. They're the young dudes. They're not even made. They get to hang around some big dogs. They in the room with Chris, Seal, Tony. Then you get Fech come in, who's a legend. Like people know his name rings out.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been in situations where you the youngin, you the one running things right now. It's no different than like being in a college like organization or something like that. And then homecoming comes around. Now the OG's coming. Now they telling stories. Back in our day, back in this, like, bruh,
yeah, we did this.
Yeah, we did this, man. If I was y'all, we would have done it this way, man. I don't care about that, man. Respect these. Hov said it, man. Respect these youngers. This is our time now. Like, and that's the mindset they got. Tony's like, bro, and when you look at it from Tony and Sil's perspective, we've known you since we were kids, so you've always had your time to shine. Now you don't like us seeing. You don't like seeing us in this position that we in. As far as him asking for the poker game, that just lets you know the generational gap. There's a huge generational gap. Fech had no other reason other than I earned this. It used to be my game.
Why wouldn't I be doing this? Yeah, why wouldn't I be doing this? Like, y'all got me fucked up.
Yeah, man. I think he told Paulie, what's yours is yours, what's ain't is everybody else's.
Yeah, I mean, Fech, it's weird because Fech is like a real hustler. But to me, he always seemed like more of a well, it's not that you can't be a hustler and you can't be menacing, because obviously Tony's a hustler and menacing. But I guess I just equate like really good earners to like Ralph Cifarettos of the world, the Johnny Sacks of the world. Like I might have somebody whack you, but I ain't about to get crazy like that. So it's always been an interesting thing to me when I look at Fech, just like he's an aggressor, he's been a tough soldier, and he's really a hustler. This is like probably racket number 3 or 4 right now. Let me get this exact thing going. I got the bakery, I got the landscape. Like Fech is getting things moving immediately. We in episode 4.
He's a true good earner.
Yeah.
Like whatever, and we'll see later in this specific episode the things that speak to that. But like he's like, okay, nigga, I'm in the mob. Any little, like we seen with the grass cutting shit, like any little way that I'm able to get me a piece, I'm going to get it.
Yeah.
Fuck all that shit, y'all. Fuck all of that like politics shit y'all talking about, nigga. I'm here. I'm gonna get it. And that he was a rare character as far as that being said. Like a lot of people ask questions. A lot of people trying to figure out who toes they stepping on. Like Fech wasn't that type of guy. Like this is what we do. I know this is what we do, and I'm gonna go get it.
And even his,
my bad. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Mo.
No, it wasn't that. It was something else.
I was just gonna say, even his demeanor and the way he's trying. Fech comes in and he attempts to control the room.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They trying to ask, you need anything else? If we need anything else, one of the kids will come out.
The kids out. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And what Fech is really saying, without saying it, when I went in the can, I left this thing a certain way. I don't like the way y'all are running this now. I don't like the leadership. I don't like the rules. I don't like the way you.
I don't like how stuff is going.
I don't like the way you disregard the OGs, such as myself. I don't like none of it. I
hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. I hate the way. I hate.
That's what Fech is on. Like how dare you even be like in my day? Fech started thinking in my day.
Yeah.
Somebody like you wouldn't even sniff the chair, the top spot.
Yeah.
Is this what this came to? You know what? I'm about to correct all of this.
Man, you need a character like a Fech to keep you reminded of the timeline, like we always talk about Spike.
Such a great character.
No, man.
Yeah.
I will speak definitely. And he's going to be one of those easy back of the Bing episodes as far as a character analysis, because we got him for such a short. I still didn't realize it was this quick, but I will get there and talk about it.
That was one of the things I was going to comment on when we got to that.
Yeah, we'll get.
And my fault, man. I just love Tony's face when Tommy, not Tommy, excuse me, when Benny and Paulie are listening to Fech, like you drove Tommy Pinto, Tony's face is like, oh man, like not like you guys are really engaged and interested in this dude. Like we're not about to do this. We're not about to do this, man.
See,
like all these back in the day stories.
Because Fech is a better version of a Richie. Like he could.
What do you mean when we say better?
Because they're both menacing, they're both like goons for real. But Richie had a few different rackets he was working through, but Fech is better with the rackets. He's better with the gooning, and he can sell it. That was the problem why he couldn't get nobody on his side to go against Tony. If Fech had more time, That's why Tony's like, this is not a popularity contest. And that's the whole reason you got him out of there for real, because you knew if Fech kept cooking, Fech was gonna start turning everybody like, yo, he need to be the boss of this family. He got the stripes. He did that time. He's really
even when people were having conversations with Fech, Tony would be like, "What, you talking to Fech?"
Yeah.
Remember Fech
like,
later in the episode mentioned something about he was talking to Johnny Sack. Like, you talking to Johnny Sack?
Like, talking to
Like,
Johnny?
nah, man, you got too much reach. So not only it's one thing about talking to people or people being drawn to you, it's like you really get in the ear of people. Like the fact that Johnny Sack even took a meeting with you. Who knows what else you talked about?
Yeah.
Facts.
Remember Junior was like, when he said in that last episode, he was like, Fech was here. Like he ain't seen the Lamana Bakery,
Yeah.
And that's the great thing about this show. It's so subtle.
Mm-hmm.
Like we picking up on this because we've watched it several times, but throughout all of these episodes until like when you see what happens to Fech at the end, it's like, well, damn, that was kind of abrupt. Like, why did that happen to him? But no, Tony been picking up on this shit since 2 episodes ago.
Yeah,
Tony
for sure.
been like they've been like going in on his face and just him re-commenting on people talking to him like, nah, they don't make sense to me. Like, I ain't fucking with that. Like, that's the brilliance of this show. Like they planted the seeds so long ago for you not to be surprised when this happens, what happens at the end of the episode.
Yeah.
Did I not learn anything from Richie Aprile?
Yeah, like
bro, all that. Come on. Perfect. That perfect,
Perfect.
I love that drop. I'll come back to it. It's still more I want to talk about with Fech, but I'll keep it moving along.
Real quick before I just want to drop this in. I meant to say this at the beginning. You know who wrote this episode?
Steve Buscemi?
No, Tony Kalin. She plays Angie Bumpacero.
Hey, she definitely ain't selling sausage samples.
That's fair.
Yeah, man. She wrote this episode, and she's a story.
It's crazy.
He said it every time I say it.
Yeah, because it's wild every time you say it.
Crazy.
You know how you reference Bobby? He's like, you so far from get off my car before you flip it over. Like, you know how you always reference Bobby like that? I always got to reference Angie like that. Like
as selling sausage samples?
Yeah, that's the reference for Angie before she make that big dog come up.
Hey, man, Spike y'all, for anybody watching on YouTube, Spike just turned his head to the side. Y'all see that fade? I'm surprised Spike even got headphones on.
I mean, really though, for real.
I'm surprised my dog even got headphones on.
Hey,
my dog clean,
bro.
boy.
He should have had the tracksuit, boy.
Man.
Hey, he should have got the tracksuit joint. Like, you know what I mean? Go all the way dope boy fresh with it, man.
Bro. You're right.
Yeah,
man. I may need to run some errands after this.
Yeah, you definitely got to run some errands, man. You got to go pick up some envelopes.
I got to go to Target or something.
Anywhere, bro. Go get some organic juice.
Yeah, something, man.
Yeah, man. Get a little hookah or something, man. Oh man. It's funny though. So Fech, we get AJ wants to go to this concert, and pretty much I don't got a whole lot to say. We get a lot of disrespect from AJ. I'm not gonna really belabor those scenes.
So instead of taking the time to talk about AJ, let's rewind just a little bit.
Okay.
What did you guys overall think about Fech's proposition and Tony's answer in regards to the card game? Because he asked him to run it. Tony's on some, why would I let you do that? And that's Junior's card game. Fech already knew, yeah, Junior's, all right, whatever. I know that ain't Junior's. That's you running that. And he hit him with the 20%, but you got to rent from me. And Fech he always plays the humble. Let me shut up before I say something stupid and something. Yeah, man. What did you think about that whole exchange and Tony even letting that happen?
This is like Tony's last little bit of grace. He's really trying to like respect the old school. Like, he tries like, hey, out of respect for my father, so to speak. Like, I'm trying to really respect the old school. And plus, come on, Fech, literally, that's what we heard about Fech. He was known for his executive card games. Remember Ralph Cifaretto told us, like, when they were like robbing Fech's card game. So it's dope that they gave us this at least, which is a great way to end off a character like this, is giving us a card game, Fech's card game. And we ain't seen
that's a great pool.
And we ain't seen the exec game since season 2. Richie Aprile. Huh?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Yeah.
That's a great pool. I thought that the fact that he brought it up and then it was quickly shut down, as far as like the, if you want to tell him the history, tell him about the time you robbed your card game. That was dope. But I tell you one thing, I'd have taken that offer right off the table as soon as we got up and you called me Don Antonio.
Yep.
And now you being funny.
Says same thing. I was about to say the same
Oh
thing.
yeah, yeah.
I don't give a fuck
Yeah.
about your pitch. Like you trying to be funny. Like, nope, you can't. Ain't no card games going down at Feast Lamont name.
I
I
got
would
so
been the
much more
same
to say
fuck.
about like this rivalry right here too, because this rivalry is so good. This is like one of my favorite rivalries, low
If I'm
key.
Tony, but if I'm Tony, though, this not even a rivalry.
Well, no, not in the world of
We
Tony,
ain't
but
even
us as
got
a
no.
viewer.
Yeah, like I get what you're saying, but if I'm Tony, I'm shutting this shit down from the beginning. Like, no card games, no nothing. All this shit you're trying to do, I'm hearing people reaching out to you, like, nah, we ain't doing none of that. Because I know the impact that a feature Lamont could be. And I know if we get later into the season, like we got to with Richie Aprile, then him wanting to be boss is a real thing. So nah, we finna dead this. Like, nah, we ain't doing none of that.
Yeah, yeah. But again, like I said, AJ, whatever. He wants to go to concert. Carmella says no. He's just disrespectful as usual.
Yep, shit.
Yeah. We go to the
This is why what you were saying about David Simon. What is it, David Simon? It ain't
David Chase.
Simon. David Chase.
Yeah, David Simon, The
Simon's
Wire. Yeah, man, you
Wire.
be
Yeah,
watching The
exactly.
Wire.
Well, hey, bro,
Uh,
stop watching the
I've been
Wire,
listening
dog.
to I've been listening to
Hey, you
It's just-
you stepping on the product, son.
when you have scenes like this and then you say, "Oh, I don't understand why people don't like
Bro.
AJ." That's crazy to me.
Bro, that's what
This whole episode
Bro.
with AJ's character, and you say,
Oh,
"Well,
I
don't get
wanted
why
to
people
jump
don't
through
like
the
AJ."
screen.
What the fuck are you talking about,
Bro, I
How
wanted
could
to.
we like him after some shit like
It's
this?
I'll talk about it a little more. When we
I get
to
upset.
that
I get upset at Tony in this episode. But
Oh
we'll talk
yeah,
about
this
it.
again. Now we're starting to get
My wife,
bro.
even my ex, nigga, you ain't finna do
Your
her
mother,
like that. I promise.
your mother.
Yeah, you ain't
Bro.
finna do my baby mama like this, bro.
Hey, nah, yeah, never that. Like, come on,
we
bro.
ain't finna do this.
Come on, man. But we go to Feature's executive game, and this is probably one of the most nobody cares moment. It seemed like to me. I don't know, and it seemed like people kind of was laughing at one point of Feach telling his story, but people were like, Feach is like he's like at this moment is where it like really highlights like, bro, stuck in 1980s talking about you, Prince. Like, this is one of those moments for him because he's just like, he's doing this whole big display. He's standing up, waving his hands, telling his story, and nobody's locked. Even this man's Blundetto is not like locked in for real. And he's going into this story, and it's like nobody is really on it. I mean, I think Chris and him kind of laugh at it a little bit. He kind of gets it off, but like they're not really into it. And that was he probably was that dude back then. And then we finally got Black Alert. We have a black character on The Sopranos. Black Alert.
Do you know what that is, man?
Lawrence Taylor, man.
Okay, I ain't know who that was.
Oh, goodness gracious, bro. How long has it been since we seen a black character? I feel like it's been a grip, bro. I feel like the last one was the one selling rock, selling trees to Tony Soprano.
I'm about to say it was either Rock or when they was hiring them little kids to get that house cleaned out.
It is that one. Oh, the course, Maurice. The one that was
Maurice, yeah.
And Zellman. Yeah. Okay.
I like the Lawrence Taylor played himself though.
I like that too. I like that too. What did y'all think about this scene, man? This scene was really layered. What did y'all think about it? Or what's some parts that stood out to you?
For one, go ahead, Spike.
No, go.
For one, obviously, Feature's demeanor changes when Tony comes in. He sees the way how he works the room. Feature when he says, "I'm getting this room," when I'm getting this game, I want the full game. Low key, I don't even want you here. Like, this is my time.
I'm in here
telling the stories. I'm in here telling the jokes. I'm working the crowd. Everybody love it. That's why as soon as he comes in, how many times is this guy gonna say hello? You know what I mean? You taking my shine away, dog. I was in the middle of the story. Tony even said, man, I'm sure you was in the middle of one of your shits. Like, go ahead and get back to it. Then as soon as he starts telling it, Tony butts in and takes a joke. So everybody laughing again. Like, bro, don't step on my stories. Don't step on my time like that, man. Once again, I do not like you already. Like, I already don't think you're privileged. You shouldn't be in the spot that you in. Also, the wedding, I think, was a big one with the doctor.
Oh, man, that was good.
Yeah, Dr.
It took a long time for me to pick up on what was happening here. Because I think a couple of times watching it through, or maybe the first time watching it through for people, they'll say, okay, why are they telling these random stories and dude talking about this
Yeah.
random wedding? But then you get to pick up on, like I spoke in the intro, on how Feach is such a good hustler. He's looking at this and like, like all these other gangsters in here, all these other like entrepreneurs in here, or self-made men in here. I'm the one that's gonna be like, no, I'm taking all of these cars. Like, it's an affluent wedding. Y'all trying to get this in the fucking New York Post? I know it's gonna be some people there. So the fact that we got to see that play out that way was great, and it gave a lot of credence to the character that Feach plays. Like, it gave a lot of credence to why Tony needed to get him out of there, because like I'm not Chrissy, bro. I'm not Paulie. I ain't now one of these niggas who's under your thumb. I'm gonna get it in every means necessary. So I love that.
Yeah,
1000%. And I love when characters do things that fit who they are.
Facts.
Everything about Sis, from what we've learned about Feach, says, oh, he just sit in the background. Oh, wedding, huh? New York Times. Okay, then when's this
a lot of big dogs
down?
there.
Yeah. He ain't even say
Goldman
a word. You wouldn't
Sachs?
even know. Yeah, you wouldn't even know by the scene that he was even plotting.
Exactly. That's so good. So
you know
good.
What I mean? Because when it happens in real time, if this is your first time watching it, when that scene happens in this episode, like, damn, who pulled this off? You might even think it was Tony. Like, damn, like what?
Random, yes.
Nah, man. And Tony knew exactly what time it was. I do. I have to acknowledge this fact, especially since he's been in the news. There was a mention about the New York Times, them wanting to be the featured couple, and a Harvard degree means nothing. And Billy Bernstein says something like, "Oh man, if they were, if they were black, it wouldn't be an issue."
Well, not only if they were black.
Yeah, black. Yeah, he said something else too.
And some other things.
Yeah, he said some other things. I say a lot of things that I'm not going to say. But Lawrence Taylor, being the only black man in the room, kind of laughed it off.
Bro.
And it just made me think, if you've been paying attention, this isn't a political show.
Yeah.
But it's just very funny that Lawrence Taylor just recently came out and supported Trump for presidency. And this is something I would expect a black man who's supporting for Trump to do. To hear something like that and not say nothing, because even if it's not hostile, if that's said in front of the three of us, it's at least gonna be like, what you mean by that?
Yep.
Right. It ain't gonna be nothing crazy. It ain't gonna be no argument. It's just gonna be like, just clarify what you mean.
Yeah, just give me some more context.
There's a lot of money I'm spending on this game, man. Like, what you mean by that? I just kind of want to know a little bit more about you.
Just a little bit. Nah, that's crazy. See, that's why Good Urges is the best Soprano podcast, because the timing of this is so much has transpired now. Everything marinated, even the talking Sopranos is done, and then we come out, and here we are. Like, all the connections of the big three and New York and their big three, all of these different things. It's just the timing of this couldn't be better, man. So
yeah, he did that nervous laugh, like I'm the only nigga in here laugh.
Nigga, it's also that right.
But y'all ought to be honored to have me in here.
But you on your own, brother, though. You ain't. I mean, Tony was honored. Like, Tony definitely gave him that look. You know what I mean? Gave him that nod, that handshake. But I think it's one of them things too, when you're the only black dude and kind of you let it slide. It's one of those things like, I really didn't like that, but this ain't the time. You know what I mean? Because I'm way outnumbered, and this ain't about to.
You not when you Lawrence Taylor. I slap everybody in here.
I was gonna say, like, it's still like these.
They can't do
full of, like, maybe Tony's a gangster, but the rest of these motherfuckers, like, bro, y'all ain't no way y'all gonna be talking about me or talking like that in front of me as Lawrence Taylor. Like, I'm smacking the shit out of Feach. I'm smacking the shit out of all these the Santa Claus looking motherfucker. Like, all y'all, like,
I don't know. Feach might work them.
Man, listen. I'll tell you right now. Nobody's up in the tool on Lawrence Taylor. That's like Michael Jordan being in your room and somebody. You ain't about to pull the strap out on Michael. Yeah, like, you ain't doing that. That man royalty in New York.
Yeah,
hey man, look.
And y'all better treat me like that.
And we find out Feach fronted Blundetto that money, so that was like another little undercut thing too. I just speak more when we get there. We go to the parent-teacher meeting. It's hard because we know where this goes, and it's just like, I can't unsee how dirty this nigga is. This teacher Wegler. So it's hard for me to, like, This is just one of them things. It's very like I could watch the Vito story and follow it all over again. I could follow the Ralph, but him is just one of the people like I just can't unsee everything I'm looking at with the context of what happens later.
I don't call him dirty, Mo. Me and you gonna disagree on that until we talk about it fully. But yeah,
okay, dirty's not the word.
I ain't calling him dirty.
Dirty's not the word. It's you. You still a clown. Like that's what really more so. You just a clown.
I don't know, man. To quote the I know Spike doing his rewatching The Wire. To quote The Wire, Omar, man, the game is out there. It's either play it or get played.
No, I'm not mad at the game. I'm mad at you trying to play like you try to turn around and be a victim after you was doing what you was doing. You a clown, bro. Like you're a clown. Like he's a loser. Like I can't stand this dude. He is up there. I might dislike him more than what's his name? What's the Jewish character that we don't like? Hesh.
Who, Hesh?
Yeah, I probably don't like him worse than Hesh, bro. Like, cause I
can't wait to get further into this. I can't wait to get further in this.
I know we got a ways to go, but
wait till this plays out.
Because I
don't think me and you see the same way.
Oh, we definitely don't. Y'all listen another week in the books. You're gonna find out a lot of things this week. That's a plug right there, boy. If you want to find out how much we really see things different, y'all go listen to the latest episode. I don't want to know, chapter 90.
That's
but
a good turn right there, brother.
Man, but Carmela's killing it on this thing. I thought she really had a great fit. I thought she styled it up well. Doing the single mom thing. I thought she was doing the thing.
And contrary to what you're saying, this is the thing that I had more problem with than you saying with Wegler.
Okay.
I have more of a problem with how she's playing this than how he's playing this.
And what is that?
Like, bitch, be for real. Like, we know what we can see from a mile away if you got any game what you're doing right here. But you're trying to act like this isn't what you're doing.
See that you just been a Carmela hater, bro. You've been a Carmela hater,
saying, bro.
Nah, bro, you've been a hater right now because it's him. It's him doing this.
She ain't Carmela not dumb, bro. She know what she doing.
She know
dumb. Like from the first phone call that they have, and it ain't even right here, but the first phone call that they have, we see what she's doing. At least you should see.
Well, she's doing what she always does, but Carmela's just not. I don't think she's that experienced, bro. She's just not that. I get it. She's doing what she normally does.
Her a lot of bail. You shooting her a lot of 1-800. This is mobile bonds coming to save you from jail.
Bro. It's one thing to be like you just putting too much on her. I think you just like you just be hating on Carmela,
been around
bro.
Too long, bro. No, she's been around too long for her not to know what she's doing. Like you
think she's acting like she don't know she's doing it?
It's Dicky Moltisanti. Your husband is fucking Tony Soprano. You know what this life is about. You know what you're doing. You ain't like, don't act like, I'm just saying these random things and not trying to get these results that I'm trying to get. You know what you're
saying she's
right
trying
now.
to finesse, like what he said later down the road.
Absolutely. From the moment that this character is introduced, she's trying to finesse.
See, okay, then that I can't wait till
we can get into it later because it got more to get.
I got a lot more.
From the moment that this character is introduced, from the moment that she called Tony and said we got to meet with this dude, and Tony like, oh, the dude is such and such. She's finessing from that moment on.
Okay, so when we get there, that's why I might have to question the writing because there's something about it that don't fit for me if that's what it is. But I know we got a ways to go before we get the full development of Wegler.
I want to just add this in there real quick.
Yeah,
she's you can tell to Spike's point, and you can look at it either way from either one of your perspectives. It's hard to argue with Spike's point given what else happens in this episode, and also in this scene. As soon as she learns about the possibility of AJ needing more time or being allowed more time if he has a learning disability, she immediately asks, is that true? Which lets us know she's going to do whatever she can to help AJ and make sure AJ gets into college and is in a good mood. Like she's never wanted to lean. I think when that was first brought up, she didn't want him to lean into that. But now if this can work for our advantage, then absolutely we'll take advantage of it.
Let's do it. Yes.
But I see that this man is taking a liking to me. I see the way he's looking at me.
So
he's bold enough to do it in front of my husband.
Exactly.
But he don't play no part in this. Like he ain't seen like, yeah. He don't play.
Of course, it takes two to tangle.
Oh, okay, that's what I like. So he didn't see a benefit for himself either. He just was like, oh,
but Carmela had to open the door though. She had to open the door, bro.
All right, man.
Yeah, he was probably thinking to himself, I could probably clap them cheeks.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's what I'm trying to say.
But I don't think that. But that was
what we do.
Well, that's all I'm saying. You put
Yes,
so
we
much on
men,
her,
that's
like
what
they
we
both
do.
seen a mutual
She has
benefit
to present
here.
the opportunity, though. She presented the opportunity.
But every woman does.
Her,
That don't make every woman has to present the opportunity. That don't make her different from anybody.
There was something that was, but no. What I'm saying is there was something that Carmella did. There was some glances that she did that made him comfortable enough to pick up the phone and say, "I want to invite you to lunch."
Let's go talk about lunch.
He knew
and
from
on
her
lunch,
actions.
But he
and on this lunch, I'm going to deter from the topic at hand and try to get deeper into the personal bag.
I'm with y'all.
Like she
but all I'm saying is this is an even kill. Like that. This is not a like, oh, she just no. He's seen this, but what he you were literally, oh, she made looks, but you see, oh, the husband is there regardless. You don't even know the whole detail until it's revealed at the dinner. So it's like you calling and trying to make this play. You knew you was on some dirt too, bro. Like that's
he fucked with Carmella though.
He did.
What do you mean? Like prior to this?
No. Like throughout this, he liked Carmella.
Was
he really liked Carmella.
Looking for the benefit of this.
That's why I question.
Only looking for how this can help AJ. She wasn't really like fucking with him like that. He thought he could save Carmella.
I don't know that.
We'll put a pin in this.
Okay,
when things happen in the future, we will put a pin in this and come back because he really did like her. There's things that Wegman did, and then that last scene.
All right,
the way Carmella, like we'll put a pin in this. Like we'll definitely come back. But yeah,
I would say keep an open mind for your mind to like just keep an open mind. Because I'm not gonna be biased. I'm with y'all. I don't think it's so one sided. That's all my thing is. That's it. It's not as one sided. That's why I hate him so much.
You gotta like her though. You gotta like. Listen, what right man? What man in his right mind would go after a mobster's wife?
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's got to be something. There's something there other than that's more than I just want to hit. Some shit ain't even working.
That is a great if you were starting your closing argument, boy, that is a hell of a way to start it. Like that right there, what you just said, that would be a what man?
The Wegler. I'm gonna have fun discussing this throughout the season.
See the Wegler Carmella storyline, I look forward to like I do with the Benny Fazio and Artie. That's how I look at it.
That's one of the funnest.
That for me, that is like I always look. I've been waiting on this for a grip.
My house with my wife,
but we get this last. Bro, I'm sorry, and Sopranos is terrible. We get this last thing at the end of the scene. The little girl runs off crying, and we find out Domenica Paolini and Sasha Caputo. I guess they got in an accident. They hit a tree, and one of them, Nick died, and Sasha's in a coma. And like this scene don't even. It's so insistent.
That Mohian week is crazy,
bro. Like it's like why did y'all do that?
I'm waiting to hear where you go with this. You laughing is crazy
because it's like they didn't. What do y'all want us to do? Y'all cut the scene like we supposed to. Like am I supposed to feel something more, bro? They cut it. Tony looked like wait. What the hell? And they just cut the scene. Like I'm like Sopranos, stop doing this to us. Like are we posted? Like yeah, it was crazy. Anyway,
I think it weighs heavily in. Like we know the type of person that Tony is, and I think that's what that scene was meant to do. It like we know as viewers, we're supporters of Tony. We know what triggers him and what doesn't. So this death and him, of course, we'll get into it. What he does for AJ later in the episode, like I want to be the ultimate protector. I'm Tony Soprano, like. Dr. Melfi asked him earlier, I think in one of the episodes, like, why do you feel like you got to be the one to save everybody? And that's a reflection of what we see here. He hears this, I need to be the one that saves my son from this happening to him too. And even when he buys the car, it's like they got sensors in the fucking seatbelts is one of the lines. Like we know that this is one of his things.
Yeah, that's true. That's a great through line. I'm glad you brought that line up. That's one of those lines that stick with you the whole time when you think about Tony. So why you, Tony Soprano?
Why you?
Yeah.
Why do you got to be the person that saves everybody?
Did we get the Gary Cooper line right here too?
We got the Gary Cooper.
It's like I don't think I think people lean on it as a crutch. I think why did it be the strong silent type like Gary Cooper? He heard it but got it out. Well, I don't think Gary Cooper was what great. Wait, he said 16.
Gary Cooper isn't a 16-year-old boy. He was at one point.
He grew up though, right?
I loved it, bro. It was so silly, just like still doing the Gary Cooper thing. Like, I mean, I wish I mean, maybe I don't know. Maybe we all got somebody like that. Our version of a Gary Cooper, like we refer. Well, y'all's probably like Jay-Z. Y'all definitely refer to him all the time. So it might be like he is the Gary Cooper to some of us. Like a Hove.
Avon Barksdale, man.
Oh, the Avon. That's probably the closest. That's probably the closest. That's probably the closest.
The fact he had to think about it is insane.
That's probably the closest. I don't know how much like I reference him as far as like why can't I be like Drake? Like I'm not like doing that. Like why can't you be like? But he only referenced one specific thing about Gary Cooper. So I mean, if I reference one thing, sure, I would say that. That's fair enough. Yeah. Okay. So we get a short scene. Melfi has a patient, and she gets a gift from Tony. It looks like Bath and Beyond.
Body Works.
Bath and Body Works, Bath and Beyond. I never get that right. Then we go to
talk about one-sided.
What?
we was talking about Wegler and Carmella. This is one-sided. Tony just don't know. We don't know when to chill.
Bruh. He just don't get it. Tony AJ's getting tutored. I don't even understand what this tutor's talking about.
It's that SAT shit, man.
Bro. Anyway, don't even get me started.
Standardized testing, man.
If you got how much is a Google? If you got this many side zeros on a piece of paper, what the hell are you talking about?
I don't even know what a Google is.
I've heard that. I've heard Google. I've heard that.
Have you?
Yeah.
That's
I've heard that since I was a kid. I've heard that, but I didn't think it was real. Maybe it's not real. Maybe that's David Chase poking fun at that. I don't know. Like
the only question to that is how many zeros would be in a Google, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he was like talking about if the zeros was on the back of a paper, like what are you? Anyway,
but that's how them SAT questions are.
Yeah, it's a fact. That's a
fact.
So Google's Google's is the large number of 10 hundreds. Like we ain't even gonna get into it.
Yeah, there's so many crazy.
Math,
but it is real, at least.
Unless I was counting that paper.
Huh? Getting my feet showing. You feel me? Huh? Run me that Lamana bread. that's a double entendre. Come on, son. I'm still in my rapper mode. Yeah, so Tony pulls up and he got the whip for AJ. I didn't catch the whip. I definitely feel like looking it up, but he got this yellow
Nissan Xterra.
Did you ever
Nissan Xterra?
Nissan Xterra. Oh, it is. Yeah. So did you want this at one point when you seen this?
I did, man. I did.
The color and everything, or?
Yeah, not necessarily yellow, but I don't know if it was a show or whatever it was, but I definitely wanted one of these joints at one point in time.
Yeah, bro.
I don't know if it was because of the show or not, but yeah, I definitely wanted a Nissan Xterra.
I still drive it, to be honest. That's the type of dude I am, though. I like old cars.
It today?
Today. I like old cars, though. I'm like a person. I'm timeless. I don't be, I be in my own world. So I still whip this around. It was clean and low mileage.
I don't know if I drive it today, but yeah. Back then, around the time this show came out, a couple of years after, that would definitely be a cool whip.
3.3 liter fully loaded. What's up?
6-disc CD changer, bro. What a flex back then, huh?
Mm-hmm.
The 6-disc CD changer?
Big flex.
Oh, man, bro.
Put my CDs in rotation and we good.
Fire mixtapes in there, bro.
Yeah, we good.
You burning music? Like, come on. You go to the bootleg spot. They got I got that
mixes.
new.
I got 3 fire mixes and I got 3 fire albums in there. What are we doing right now?
The good old
pull
days,
up on the bootleg, man. Get my 3 for 10 deals.
Yeah, hook me up,
man. What?
Yeah,
put all 3 of them in there and then we rolling for a week.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna touch the CD
player. The latest joints too.
Kids don't know what we talking about.
I know, right, man. I know the good old days, crazy, bro. Goodness gracious. We will. That might be a back of the Bing episode. We'll talk about like some of the whips on the show. I mean, we talked about Paulie's whip. We talked about Carmella's, Tony's, both whips. This whip, Chris's, Fech. There's a lot of whips that are notable here. So that might be something we'll talk about, like some of the cars here that are like notable or whatever. But this is the like Tony's the worst here. Like this is terrible. And I just felt so bad for Carmella when they drove out or whatever. And then he comes in and he's like, "What are you crying?" And I think it was the food, but I still just felt bad for her. Like I was just like, "Dang, bro, like she's a like for real single mom, and like you don't understand she's dealing with crap for real. Come on, bro. But what did y'all think about this whole transaction of Tony feeling bad, bringing a whole new car after she just told him you bought him some drums, you got him this, you got him that, and now all of a sudden you come with a car trying to be the cool parent with no responsibilities.
I'm not gonna lie. For the type of person AJ is, it really isn't a bad motivational tool. I'm not saying I would have done it or I necessarily agree, but to get the best out of AJ, knowing that he would probably want nothing more than to drive this car, getting his grades up to a C, this is a good method. It's an extreme method, but it is a good method. However, Carmela just got finished telling you about how you get to be the good parent. I'm always the evil one. I'm the warden, which shout out to HBO. I'm pretty sure that was a callback to her being on Oz.
Great call.
You know, Edie Falco played a warden on Oz.
Well, she glowed up from that point too, by the way.
Yeah, man. But just first of all, we gotta talk about this. AJ looking in the back seat and saying, I wasn't asking you. AJ's head would have been through the side window.
He wouldn't have had a head.
I was upset at Tony for him not
say head.
Bro,
I was about to say head, nigga.
Bro, he wouldn't
that
have had
head
one.
Is gone, bro.
Bro, it could buy Crane,
bro.
Boy.
I couldn't imagine saying this to my mom.
I want to choke him, bro. Robert Eiler, he does such a wonderful job.
That people listen to this podcast that wonder about why we review it and the difference between Black culture and any other culture. If we had said this to like a respectable mother, like not some, I ain't talking about some mom who like was out here just doing different things, like, but if we had said this to a respectable mother who was trying her best to make sure that we came out to be a good young man, bro, like your head would have got beat through the goddamn. Like how dare you even drum up those words to say to me? Like you would have got, like Rich said, punched through the fucking window.
Bro.
Yeah. And moms ain't even, dad ain't even got to be around. Because moms ain't going in saying I'm putting on dinner. Moms is the one putting the hands on you, bro. Ain't no way.
Hey, that's the first boss.
Sinbad had a skit about
got to the bigger boss.
Yeah,
like.
Sinbad
Shout out to Sinbad, man, a legend.
Yeah, he had a skit about this.
Shout out to Shazam, man. I gotta go check that movie out.
Stop! Don't do that. We're not about to do that, man.
All right.
We're not about to do that, man. Yo, there's not too many things that piss me off more. There's not too many things that piss me off more than this whole Shazam Mandela effect thing, man.
Like, funny.
This is
hilarious to me.
This was a real point of contention at one point in my life. Like, that really pisses me off.
That's why it's so funny to me, bro. Anyway, I keep it moving.
Tony said, "What are you crying?"
Yeah, it's like, bro, even if she was, it's like, bro, I got every reason to. It's like, damn, bro, I got to take the crap, and you just get to be the cool parent, drop him off, move on. Like, it's easy to be a parent in those small windows. Like, it's very easy to be like, I pop up, hey, son, let's go do this. Boom. All right, cool. Go back to your mom. Like, that's easy work. It's very hard to be full time, bro. I feel Carmela totally. Like, that's, I'm like, bro, nah, bump that. Because she got to be the one to actually have structure so my son could be okay when he gets out in the real world. You over here playing around, treating him and teaching him like how you are at this point, but he not built for the mob. He ain't built for that type of lifestyle, so he needs some regular structure. He's not a meadow.
I mean, but who's to say that though? That's what. That's the thing that they have the biggest difference. Like, who's to say that he's not built for this lifestyle?
I mean, like, he's to say that his actions have.
Who's to say that Tony can't find him some role to play in what he does on a day-to-day basis that makes him successful? I think that was the biggest takeaway that I had when she was talking to Wegler. Oh, he can't, if he would go to be a bartender or something like that, like he wouldn't be able to handle it. Like, nah, he wouldn't be able to handle that. But I do think that his dad and he are smart enough to find a role for AJ to play in the mob versus I got to go to fucking Columbia or I got to be like Metal. Like, there is the opportunity there if it had to present itself.
Spike getting his Johnny Cochran on right now. That's crazy. If the glove don't fit, you must have quit over here.
Must have
Like
quit
what?
something.
I can't
let's
believe
talk-
this coming from Spike Lee. That's
let's
crazy.
talk.
But
Let's talk.
I think that's how much belief I have in Tony. You know, Tony could have found a role for him. If I could find a role for Tony B, who wants to do massage therapy and he's doing this, then I can find a fucking role for my son, bro. He ain't that much of a dipshit that I can't find something a way for him to make money and also for it to benefit me.
I would say that I don't think we're there yet. I think season 6. I'm going for that. I'm going for that.
Going for what?
When
the-
Tony's
when talking
when AJ's in New York and he kind of moving on his own
about
and doing this, that, and the third, he got a little bit of pull because of his name, even though everybody knows he's not like that.
mhm.
That's a little bit different. But I want to talk about the important thing about this scene in the kitchen. Two things.
the
And
big
I want to
reveal.
ask Spike Lee specifically. And Mo, I'd love to get your input, but this is a very specific Spike Lee question because me and Spike are alike, and I want to know what my man thinks. Carmela hands you that bill for that new stereo system. Are you paying? Are you paying the bill for that stereo system?
That's a really good question. I want to say no. I really do. But I would. I would because I know if I don't pay it, all the things that come with it. Saying no. Like all the extra. Yeah, it ain't worth the squeeze. I'm gonna give you shit about it, just like Tony did, but the juice ain't worth the squeeze.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's probably cheap.
What about
it's probably like dropping the bucket for him.
Yeah,
I literally had the same exact answer. My initial reaction, because I'm one of those people that my genuine reaction is gonna come out. It'll probably be like, get the fuck out of here.
Right.
And then I'll probably be like, you know what?
I got
paying this right now ain't even it's gonna go a long way. It buys me a little bit of grace or good favor, even though I don't really rock with you, even though we beefing. Sure, I'll go ahead and pay for your dumbass. I'm gonna make you feel bad about it. Don't get me wrong.
Facts.
I'm gonna talk shit.
You're gonna know exactly how I feel about this.
Yeah, I'll pay for the stereo system for you and your fucking loser friends. Like it's gonna be some shit like that, but I'm gonna go ahead and pay it. Damn. Yeah, of course, you need me to pay for
great
it.
Question.
Those loser friends are his boys'
question.
wives, though. You can't really.
It don't matter. They still losers.
In this moment, they losers.
Speaking of 95 pounds,
y'all sitting here talking shit about me like fuck y'all.
Nah, that was crazy. I mean, and Tony knew. It's like, bro. I mean, plus she did get the college student to write the paper or the receipt or whatever he was talking about. So she did hand that over, even though it was ridiculous. And plus, it's like you knew you was petty when you snatched that joint up out of there that night when we were trying to watch movies. So he knew. Of
course.
You know, he don't have to do it, but he knew. He was like, all right, yeah, whatever. I just wanted to make a point. But I thought the bigger point that I think Rich was about to say is that she tells Tony, you don't have no friends, bro. Like you're the boss. They're laughing at your terrible jokes. You're not funny. You're the boss. They're supposed to, they're supposed to kiss your behind. Like that's
what do you know about it?
Don't you? That's what I wanted to ask you guys as far as looking at this show. Don't I know that though? I know, like y'all ain't fucking with me because y'all think I have a great personality, or y'all think that I'm able to do this, that, and the third. Like the reason that I have the friends that I have is because I'm the boss of this family.
I think
there's a disconnect with me as a viewer watching this and Tony saying, "Oh, I realized that. Damn, that's shocking to me." Versus, like, yeah, I knew that already. I know that these people fuck with me because I'm the boss of the fucking Soprano family.
I think
that always stood out as strange to me.
Well, you got to remember this. He's the boss of the family. But he's not like a traditional boss because he's not. Everything about him is not traditional. Like you're a boss, but you're going to therapy, and that's the thing. Like the thing is, Tony he knows that, but there's this sliver of maybe like even with Uncle Junior.
He that dude for real.
Well, he thinks like, okay, but even if I'm a boss and I real hard, they like me, right?
That's the thing that bothers me in this interaction. Like, why would Tony think he's that dude for real? Like, bro, like you suffering from panic attacks. You have all these other different things that are going on with you in your life. Why would you think that people just, oh, Tony Soprano, he's the man? Like, no, bro. It's because the position that you hold in their lives. It's not because you're this amazing dude. It's not because like you're the I can't think of the name that they gave to with him and Melfi were talking about the strong silent type. It's
Gary
not
Cooper.
because you're that. Yeah, it's not because you're Gary Cooper. It's because you happen to be in the position to be ruling us as far as mobsters. I don't
Well-
really fucking like you.
Well,
Why is
see,
it difficult for him to understand?
because if you go back to season 1 where they're doing the whole who's gonna be the successor of Jackie? You
Right.
think about these people, like these are your peers, of course, but like we kicking it. We're all on the same thing. We all captain. We got our own little crew. So we understand we're in the mob. We're all friends of ours. But at the same time, I think that, hey, you know, I come over to your house, we eat, or you think there's some sliver, or even making your bones, like coming up before even being made. Some of these guys go way back, like when him and Seal. He's like, we go way, way back, Seal. You know, I've been in this thing a long time. So you think there's this portion of, you know, maybe there's a real friend element in it, knowing like, okay, I know I'm not that funny. I know I'm a miserable prick, but maybe there's a small slither of I am their friend. That's why he it stung so much to Tony that he said, I mean, there's Artie. Like, what about Artie? You know what, man? He got pissed and walked out. So to me, it's not that crazy just because Tony always is back and forth about his civilian part. Like we're not getting Melfi so far this season as far as those sessions, but that's a part of Tony's like he wants to be liked. We've talked about this plenty of times. So he still cares, but he's caring less. And this is one of those moments that you're talking about where he's like, oh, well, whatever, I'm the boss. And then he just kind of embraces it. And even in the moment when we get to the scene, it's like, okay, I got to really embrace this. So
I think for me, it's just really surprising that he doesn't understand that the reason that niggas fuck with you is because you're the boss. Like, no, nigga, we don't give a fuck about you being Tony Soprano. Like, I'm not cool with you because you're Tony Soprano, bro. I'm cool with you because you're the boss of the family.
That's not surprising to me, but I get where you're coming from. We get a short scene with Melfi and Elliot. She pretty much just reads off what Tony wrote and all of the kind of. She still feel like he's blaming her for everything, and then his typos.
No makings of a varsity athlete in a note, bro.
That's a junior varsity note right there.
Yeah, that's a junior varsity note right there, bro.
Anything I want to add to the scene? I didn't really have nothing for that. It's good to see Melfi though, but I ain't got nothing.
The only thing that I took from that is he's smart in the sense of how we see him, but she's giving how dumb he is in the sense of
that's true.
Like just normal, everyday, intellectual people talking.
Mm-hmm. Puts
like
AJ's school.
Yeah.
It puts AJ's school struggles in great perspective.
Exactly. It makes a lot of sense. 100%.
I think we're seeing AJ, and when we look at AJ, this is probably Tony. For all we know, maybe he turned Livia that crazy. Who knows? Because if Tony's anything like AJ, was like AJ, oh my goodness. No wonder she talking about throwing babies out the window.
Well, you know, when we get to many states in Newark,
yeah,
we can circle back on that.
I know. I'm jumping. I know I'm jumping out the window. No pun intended there. But like, yeah, just saying that I do feel like they use AJ to give us an idea of Tony a little bit. But we get Wegler calls Carmela, pretty much gets his dirty Mac on, setting up a dinner. Like, oh, let's talk a little further. I think I got a technique. Nah, my nigga, let's meet at the school, bro. What you talking about? Like this, you know. Yeah. Anyway, that's a part of what I'm talking about. It's this, you know.
We're not denying that he saw the opportunity, but he would. All right, here's my thing, and I don't want to belabor the point. Anytime a man shoots a shot like that,
okay,
it's because they know. Now, not everybody. There are some people that are just snipers, right? It don't matter. They sniping at everything.
Mm-hmm.
But somebody like Dr. Wegler, Mr. Wegler, he shoots a shot like that because he knows it can go in. He saw the looks that Carmela was giving him. He saw the smiles she was giving him. This is the bait. Let me see if I'm tripping or not. Because if I am tripping, a reasonable woman, a reasonable married woman is going to say, hey, how about we meet at the school in your office the same way we met last time? And that's the end of that. And I'm sure Mr. Wegler's probably like, all right, bet. Now I know what type of time it is. I'm not gonna go any further.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because he's not like Tony. Tony is, we talked about it with Melfi. Tony would have kept shooting and shooting and shooting. Tony's a sniper. He don't care.
You can't be a
This
sniper
was
and
the
keep
bait.
shooting.
She took the. Yeah, you can. That's exactly what that's what snipers do.
If you're shooting and missing, is that you still consider a sniper, or you just a shooter?
Yeah, snipers treat that shit like baseball, man. If I'm batting 300, I'm good. That's 3 out of 10.
Okay, fair enough.
Spike said something about it on Another Week in the Books. I think it was the loyalty episode when y'all was talking about if I wanted to go out, if I wanted to go out, you know what I'm saying? Spike, man, I ain't the dude to go to different spot to spot. I went out with some people from work once, and there's some dudes that was sniping any and everything they was sniping on, trying to see how many numbers they can get. That's what snipers do. They don't care. Trying to bag as many chicks. It's a numbers game.
Okay.
Wegler ain't like that, bro. He saw the opportunity. You big? Pullback. All right, now I'm not crazy. That's what Mr. Wegler was thinking. Now I'm not crazy. Doubt. What I was thinking is dope. And Carmella should have easily just been on some. Oh yeah, no, it's cool.
Of course, Carm's gonna do that. Like that's what I told you. I'm with you. I know she got a plot in the play. Like,
of course, Carm gonna do that. Is my whole beef with her. Like, of course she's gonna do that. Like, nah, bro. You don't get that leeway.
I need our women listeners to we'll wait till they all play out, but I really need our women listeners to email us goodearnerpod@gmail.com because I really want to see which one was her intention first. As far as, was it about her son or was it about her own personal wants? Because she's kept doing this. Huh?
They both the same.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta wait. I just gotta wait. That's it. I just gotta wait.
Mr. Wegler even told her verbatim, "You use your greatest tool."
I gotta wait. I just gotta wait. I got so much I want to get into with it, but I gotta wait. It's unfortunate.
I don't know why I'm calling him Mr. Wegler. Like I give a fuck about.
That's what I said, bro. Like that's like Dr. Wegler. I'm like, man, no, you don't get no. You might be. I might call you Weg, bro. You don't even get your whole name.
Yeah, Wegler, man. Yeah, we go. Yeah, he Wegler.
Well, get your head split again,
that's
boy.
Hilarious.
But yeah, we get dinner. After that call, we get this dinner with Carmella and AJ, and
disgusting.
I want to choke him out like Homer does Bart Simpson. Y'all ever seen that before? The tongue out, everything. Like,
you know what though,
bro?
It's disgusting, and it's not. I don't want to condone it in any way, but I could imagine me being that, like, 17-year-old, 15-year-old person who's like having that conversation with his mom and reacting the same way. That's the only way I give him any leeway in this. Y'all know I'm not an AJ fan. The only I do see in a sense of growing up that being like something that could happen and maybe reacting the same way.
It's just so awful. It's like you clearly know your mom is like trying to kind of clout chase here in a positive way. Like I'm trying to connect with you. Like I don't know what else to approach. Maybe trying to tell you to do stuff all the time ain't working. Let me try to talk your language. Let's talk about the Beatles. Let's talk about drum sets. Let's talk about, she's trying to find a way, and he's just like,
why?
Can I leave, bro? Like,
yeah, it's like why though?
Because I'm trying to
remember. You're not the mature man that you are as M3 now, bro.
I never would do this.
You got to remember how you were at 17.
I was, but I never would have done. I never would have done that because, like, even if my mom was going somewhere, I'm like, Mom, that ain't even, bro. That's so old. Like nobody even does that. And that type of energy that seems like you trying to give off. It's like to just flat out be like, hey, I'm full. Can I go to bed now? Like, what did she do that made you so mad? Talking about the Beatles.
You're good. You're right. I just think,
bro, you so hot about. Can I go to bed now? Dang, bro, like I can't stand it. He's so bad. I dang near don't even want to talk about his scenes. Like that's how bad he pissing me off. I'm like, bro, you like.
That's one of the things where you like David Chase wonders why we don't fuck with AJ.
I don't get why he think like that.
This is it. Yeah, this is it.
He might have been. Maybe he was similar to him, where he looked at that. It's just teenage boy. This is teenage boy behavior. Like that's I don't know. Teenage Italian white boy. I don't know.
It's not for us.
That's what I said. Let me be specific. Like
we don't. There's no way that we can't be like, oh, I see this and I understand where this is coming from. We don't do that as black men.
Yeah, like there's stuff that I can understand with AJ, but I never understand the disrespect for Carmella.
Yeah.
I understand when AJ, like even later in the scene when he set up his play, I even understand that. I don't understand like where's this energy coming from? Like you just like you got a hard on for nothing. So, you know, that's always my thing. AJ, I'll give him a break on any. I want to hang with my friends. I'm gonna smoke cigarettes. Even though I didn't like him breaking into the school, them doing that dumb throwing trophies in the pool. What? Okay, I will give you as far as you're ignorant doing something, but like the disrespect to Carmella, his parent, like I would never understand that. Like that'll never. You can't sell me on it. Any of our listeners, y'all can DM us though. But like I just it never registers for me.
Fair point.
We go to the next scene. I did like that shirt though, the pony. I definitely had a pair of them kicks. We go back to the exec game. Yeah, well, the ponies is crazy. That's
nah, man. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. I know it is, but
I didn't say a word. I didn't say a word, my man.
So we get to the exec game again. I love the executive games. When we get to the exec game again, things are going as normal. Fech is getting into his story and everything. Tony pulls up and immediately steps on Fech's story, bro, and then turns around and gets his joke off. And then, of course, everybody is like rolling, laughing like it was the funniest thing. Like they're laughing like Martin was to Varnell Hill. Like, you know, like you know what I'm talking about. But
that's a great pull right there. That's a great pull.
Right now, he's Eddie Murphy and I'm Arsenio Hall.
Yeah, man, that's that buddy Love laughing at Reggie and the professor.
Thanks.
Yeah, but it's crazy. Fech never recovered, bro. Like he did not recover. Like in this scene, he was stuck. Once Tony did that, Fech was hot and he was stuck there, bro. I said that's old school right there. With like for him, he broke that code. Like he was pissed. Like I can't believe you just did that. You know,
yeah,
so
he wanted to slap Tony.
Oh, he definitely did. He had that knife where he was buttering that bread. He wanted to shiv him like he probably did some dudes and like the biggest nigga in jail, like he said, right?
The biggest, blackest motherfucker.
Blackest motherfucker. I went and grabbed him.
Bro. Yeah. Hey, Fech, bro.
Hey, Fech comedy, bro.
Yeah, man. But like the slow motion, this cinematography was so good.
I love Seals. That's the one I always give weekend.
The Seal laugh is a good jiggle.
Seal laugh is hilarious.
Yeah, I love that laugh because it's like that laugh that's the laugh that gets you the hottest. Like I know you ain't laughing. Like you laughing like a little hard, bro. He got that type of laugh.
Like I'm funny, but I ain't that funny, bro.
Yeah, like you pouring it on for real. Who is this guy with the long hair in the exec game? Was he somebody look like a musician or something?
Oh, that's the one that say he used to write off condoms.
Yeah,
that's David Lee Roth. He was the lead singer or the vocalist for Van Halen.
Wow,
famous rock band.
They exec games and upgraded, bro.
Yeah, man.
That's a long way from Jackie Jr. fumbling an executive game and shooting Sunshine, right?
Yeah, straight up. Ain't no Davies in this game,
bro. I can't believe Sunshine kept talking. Like, bro, shut up. He got killed on the exec game because he just wouldn't be quiet. Yeah, that's crazy. By Jackie Jr.
I'd have shot that nigga too, man. Shut the fuck up.
Straight Grand Theft Auto style. Like
you deserve all these bullets, bro.
Yeah, like stop playing, bro.
I couldn't believe he did that. Like, bro, shut up.
I got guns right here, and you still talking. Yeah,
that's crazy. Anyway, all right. I know that's season 2. Sorry, y'all, but we go to Carmella tries to, again, we do this weird rewarding thing. She rewards AJ and tells him, hey, you can go ahead and hang out. And he's like, what? Why did it change? And then that's pretty much it.
She tired of being a bad guy. Like, damn, man, I got to compete with your pops. Like, all time, let me throw you a bone.
Yeah.
I'm tired of you hating me. You don't even want to have dinner with me.
Yeah.
My goodness. Am I that awful? Shit, you want to go to New York here, man. Damn. Can you at least remember that I let you do this?
Mm-hmm.
Give me a little bit of grace.
Bruh. Crazy.
Go against your better judgment.
The bar mitzvah robbery. Pretty much they having a good time. That's what is this a bar mitzvah wedding ish Jewish wedding? If I'm
How about to say bar mitzvahs are to celebrate the 13th birthday.
okay.
This is a wedding, just a Jewish
okay,
wedding.
this is a wedding. I do apologize for any of our Jewish listeners. I'm not familiar. I'm ignorant in that space. Sorry that I misclassified. So let's get that out the way.
They kicking it too. Kicking.
Oh, they getting to it. No, this is a turned up. This is a
Man.
turned up wedding. Like this, that's
Yeah.
they doing an electric slide in their own way. You know what I mean? They got the yarmulkes on. They getting to it.
That's fun.
But yeah,
A
pretty
robber
much,
wedding is sick. That's
Hey,
filthy
bro,
animal behavior.
Bro, that is big dog. Like you like really on some like,
And you bring the actual like carrier, the multi-vehicle carrier. How do you even find one of them?
yo, Fech was this dude, I can't believe he was so advanced to be in the pen that long. Because to come up with this whole play, oh my goodness. Oh man, like it's a lot of moving pieces and parts you got to make happen. You know what I mean? To get that vehicle, to get all of that, man, come on, bro. Like, I just never had this level of respect for Fech as far as his hustle sentiment until I watched it this time. But anything else y'all want to add to the wedding robbery?
Took all the foreign whips. It's just crazy how nobody cared about my man's got his head cracked open on the ground, and all the people care about where my car, man. I paid 30. I waited a year for this SL. All that. It's just a great capturing moment of another week in the books topic. One of the readers sending that letter about capitalism.
Oh yeah,
about what you feel is important.
Yeah,
and that's it. My man got his head cracked on the ground, and all you can care about is your car. At least show a little bit of concern,
bro.
And how the dude who's wedding, like I guess is his daughter, he felt, I need to go talk to Tony. I got to go pull up at the Bing and let him know that this happened to me. I need you versus the police versus anything else that could happen. I need you to address this. So yeah, I thought that was dope.
AJ calls Meadow to pretty much tell her, hey, look out for me. Like, mom call, like just say I'm asleep or say I'm just coming in, you know, I'm on my way, or, you know, just look out for me. And she's like, all right, you know, she's gonna be looking for you. That's pretty much it there. Carmela's in the tub. She getting her waiting to excel on. I like how it was shot. It was a really good shot. Then we go to AJ with his boys. He's getting stoned. Y'all ever hit it like that? Out the 2-liter?
No.
No?
Nah, man. We weren't ripping them homemade bongs. I know some people that were the white kids and stuff at school used to be doing that.
All this is crazy. Yeah, though.
I don't think it's crazy. I've seen black dudes do this. I ain't gonna lie about that. For sure.
I haven't.
Oh wow, yeah, I've definitely seen this. That's why I was like, oh wow, this is pretty.
I've never been in the hotel
white
room.
boy shit for me. Yeah.
The hangout. This whole hangout is definitely some white boy.
Oh, the hangout. Okay, yeah.
The white boy
the
teenage fun. Oh man, all of this like this. I got the cheeks out.
Yeah,
like, bro, you got a marker. I'm not gonna even do what we did to the Johnny Sack toilet scene because I know that's probably gonna be one of the classic scenes of this show. But somebody took. The fact is, you fell out drunk, high. Somebody took a marker out and wrote on your cheeks, bro.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
And made it legible.
We ain't doing that.
Oh my gosh, bro! This is. This is definitely like that. I've seen. Yeah, this is definitely.
Shout out to Meadow for holding it down.
Definitely, big sis. But pretty much, we get. I don't even know what to call the dude, but the Jewish guy from the executive game, he pretty much pulls up at the Bing and tells me like, "Hey man, tell everybody to come in."
That's Dr. Is it Ida? Dr. I. He was recast. I know. He's
recasted.
He was recast.
I thought he was.
And then they flipped back to the original one. So it's a weird thing, but that's the same doctor that was here.
The penis.
He was at the original. Yeah. It might be the penis doctor. Yeah.
Because that's the only one that I knew that, you know, like he's. Because I was like, bro, is that supposed to be the other guy? But I thought he was out after the Furio, you know, like Furio, he had to, you know, patch him up from the last, you know. But he was a part of the housing scam with Maurice and Zellman. So.
Yes.
So I was like, yeah, I kept like, bro, what? I don't know this dude. But anyway,
I'm gonna find it out. He's the same character. We've met the character before, but that's a different actor playing him.
Yeah, I definitely know it's a different actor. I remember the other one for sure, but pretty much she says, man, I need you to get this back for me, please. Can you get this back? You know what I mean? Tony's having a shot with one of the dancers. That's pretty much it. I don't have much to add. Do you have anything to add to him pulling up on Tony saying, hey, man, I need your help to get this stuff back? Because obviously this is news to Tony.
I just love how Tony is. I know you, but I don't know you. Mm-hmm. Like we cool, but damn, man, like it's gonna take a lot of. First of all, I don't even know about this happening, so I'm upset about that. And B, to call around to ask favors to get this carpool, the whole nine, man, that's gonna take some work, bro. Like, if I do this for you, I need some kind of assurances that you're gonna be in my back pocket, something like that. I just love how it wasn't such a sure gun code. Like I just got finished taking a shot with this woman that's topless. Like, bro, I'm not trying to hear about your daughter's wedding and you sedating her and these cars being stolen. You a buzzkill right now. But obviously Tony looks at it as, you know, I can use this to my advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah, your car insured, bro. Why you even calling me? Like, get the insurance when they call this shit a day.
Yeah, bro. What the funk that got to do with me?
It's one of my favorite lines ever. What the fuck that got to do with me?
Play with my money is like playing with my emotions.
I don't give a fuck about none of that. I ain't even get no invite.
Yeah, that part. So we get the wake up scene of AJ and the boys, and they definitely, I can't believe they panned the camera like this. And I heard in the background they was playing Kendrick Lamar, Not Like Us. And then, they end up waking up and
you a funny dude, man.
See what I did right there? That scene, that clip is coming. But anyway, they wake up and pretty much this whole thing, Carmela is really getting worried because she can't find AJ. He didn't go to Meadows, and you know, doing a worried mom thing. Anything?
If I'm Meadow, I'm never looking out for you ever again in my
life. That's facts.
Ever. All I told you was get home by time for mine because I ain't trying to hear. I'm looking out for you.
Make sure you do what you say you're going to do. Otherwise, you sucked me.
Yeah, and you're on your own now.
My man, eyebrows missing. His face is glued. What the fuck was y'all doing in here?
Yeah,
it's just crazy that it's not crazy. It's so foreign is a better word. It's foreign that this is the type of fun. This is the type of fun that they would have. Like this is what y'all. If we got any white listeners, like white boys, Caucasian men, whatever, is this what y'all used to do? Like back in the day, like is this white teenager fun? Like, I'm serious. Like, I'm dead serious. Like, you know, what's the teenage fun? Hit us up, man. goodearnerpod@gmail.com or goodearnerpod_Sopranos on Instagram.
Shaving off eyebrows is insane.
That's crazy, bro. Like, now that's crazy.
I wouldn't even think about doing it. My brain wouldn't even think about
how you even get there. It's fine.
Why you got clippers?
Bro, why do you have a marker?
Like, what are we doing?
The marker is the most egregious.
Now, I will say this. I'm not going to act like, you know, back in the day when you kids, stuff like that.
Prank each other.
You prank each other. The first one to go to sleep. All right, cool. But at the same time, we 10. You know what I'm saying? We still at the age where you're sleeping over for birthday parties. And not 16, man. I'm trying to, nigga, I don't want to sleep with y'all, bro.
We'll fight for real. If you shave my eyebrows, we're going to fight.
Facts.
Oh, facts.
When I wake up,
I got to deal with my peoples.
We might not even be friends.
Facts.
I ain't gonna lie. Because I got to go to school like this.
I would agree with that.
I would be upset that you even thought I was the one to pull that off on. Yeah. Like for you to even think you could do that to me. Like I'm beating your ass,
bro. Do you know how like hot and man my feelings? I would be mad and my feelings would genuinely be hurt if my eyebrows were shaved off.
Yeah.
To know that you're gonna look ridiculous.
Like there's no other thing. Like you got to see me, bro.
That is. Oh man, I'm sorry.
And you might see me for the next few times I see you. You might get slapped.
Every time I run in,
until my eyebrows grow back.
Yeah, exactly, Mo. Until my eyebrows grow back. You know what I'm saying? I'm slapping you up.
Yeah, I got to. But Carmela calls Tony, and AJ eventually makes it home, and she's trying to check on him. He's like, leave me alone, and he's doing all that, and he says, F you. to her. What he says the cuss word, of course, but and then she tries to chase him. She hits her knee, and he just looks at her, shakes his head, and keeps moving. He's awful. I don't want to get any hotter and get extra loud on the mic, but it's just ridiculous. Like it's just I don't know. This character, he's definitely Joffrey of the Sopranos.
You don't do moms like that.
You don't never do that. Like, mom, you good? You cool though? Like, I get we whatever, but like saying F you to your mom, like,
and I don't like
not going to check on moms when she falls is crazy.
Yeah, and I don't like the lack of accountability. You act like she's going off because of because it's a Saturday. Like, nah, bro. Like you weren't answering your phone. I've been trying to call the hotel. You had a block on it. You literally telling your friend not to answer it because you know it's your mom. Like all of this stuff. And what makes it even worse is when Tony pulls up, how he does the 180. So now if there was any uncertainty, now we know that's a certain act of or a blatant act of disrespect and your lack of love, shit, for lack of better terms, for Carmella. Like that's bullshit.
No, it is. I just wish AJ would just like go to meet, go to Boonton, meet Mr. X, and then after that say, hey, Mr. X and the daughter, y'all need something? He just roll out, and then all of a sudden this fat character named Vito pull up with a strap and just pop you in your head, and you lay right there in the snow. I just wish you would go to Mr. X house.
To be so comfortable. That was a great pull back to season 3.
That was funny.
But to be so comfortable to where you just cussed at your mom, seen her fall down the steps, and you in the twin bed just chilling, you sleep?
Bro,
like, bruh. Like I said, the door would have came off the room.
Bro, I'm turning green. You hear me?
Facts.
But Tony pulls up. Only thing I wanted to ask, when Tony got here, do y'all remember him in his black Cadillac? What is this?
Yeah, absolutely. Remember, there's something that happens next episode there's something that happens next episode as to why he doesn't have the black one anymore.
Oh, got it. I forgot about that. Dang, the black Cadillac don't get no love. I definitely
the OG. Yeah, the Cadillac had 5 episodes, and then we got switched to the white.
Dang, the black Caddy. I did not. Wow. Okay.
Can't wait till we talk about next week's episode,
bro. So he comes through and he said, "What's different about you?" He shaved his eyebrows, and then AJ begins to start white babbling, and it's whatever.
White,
white babbling is crazy because we say nigga babbling. Or shout out to AP.
Yeah, definitely white babbling.
I love Tony. Like, hold on, like Tony, I know something different about you, but I can't tell.
That's how you know he's such a bad.
I don't know what it is though.
Yeah, but you don't look right.
Not knowing what's different about your kid is by far. Like, look at his face. What do you mean? All right. Anyways, but anyway, Tony, Carmella basically said, "No, I'm serious, bro. You think I'm not playing, nigga? He's living with you. It's over. He ain't living here. You got to take him. I'm not watching him no more, bro. It's over. You going with you? No, that's not. No, I'm telling you what it is." And of course, we get this funny story about Artie and them like playing back in the day, and Artie almost losing his fingers, being out in the cold, and stuff. Tony was making some sense. It's like, bro, some stuff Tony was saying did make sense, but overall, I think Carmella made the best move. You got to go with your daddy, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. At this point, I'm sick of you.
Yeah.
It
ain't nothing she can do.
Yeah. Ain't no extra shit that I'm doing yet. Like, go with your pops.
I did like how she said, you know what I did? I said, F it. I said, forget it. And that's not how I am. Like, and sometimes that be happening. Like, you want to do that, but you can't do that, especially as a parent. Like, when you just like, bro, I'm trying to, yeah. So this definitely resonates for me a lot, this episode. A lot of things about it.
My favorite, I'll get to it at the end of the episode, but my favorite line is in this scene. It's more of a quote.
Okay. I can't wait to hear it.
And the Carmella, when he's talking to AJ, that's one of my favorite things. But
there was some good there. We get Tony, AJ, and Artie. They're watching TV and they eat pizza. I don't want to have nothing else to add to that scene other than them three clicking up. I think there's another scene where they get together again, but yeah, there is another scene. But is there anything you want to add to that scene, Spike, with Tony, AJ, and Artie when they're watching TV and eating pizza? Okay.
It just shows the where they were with AJ's character. Yeah.
This is how men live. No
Yeah.
vegetables, pizza, Three Stooges,
That's why I had to go
all types of dumb
vegetarian,
shit.
boy. That's why I had to.
I don't know if that was Three Stooges, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. So Fech pulls up to the back of the bean. Shouts out to the back of the bean.
Straight up.
And Tony's, he comes in with the bakery, bearing gifts, bakery stuff. Say, hey, yo, we'll put that over there, and they have a seat. Tony, Fech is like, I don't like how you're talking to me. He's going all the way immediately trying to like flex on Tony. And this is such a macho to macho moment. But I love like Tony's demeanor, because it's like, even when I got to check somebody that like maybe equal on the moxie, I'm not backing down, because not only am I the boss, but we could throw the whole boss thing out the way. I will scrap with you for real, bro. Like, you seen how I did Febby. You know what I mean? Like, I will get with you for real. Like, that's not. I throw the whole cat. I put my hands on Ralph Cifaretto. I could have killed him. I killed him, but I could have killed him that night when everybody's watching. So like I love Tony's just macho moment here. His boss like moving is like, man, you might want to, but other than that, shut the bro. That mic was like, the volume was different because he was so loud when he told him shut the up, bro. Anything I want to add to this scene, Spike Lou?
I think it was great that Seal was there. Like,
yeah,
the fact that Seal was able to observe this, and we didn't have to actually look at it from Tony's point of view. We got to see another point of view, and that gave us ammunition for what happens to Fech later in the episode. So yeah,
I love the growth of Tony.
Mhm.
I love the fact that he can learn from his mistakes. Fech is way out of pocket, way out of line. Like, you're purposely undermining me. You keep calling me Godfather, Don Antonio, all this other shit. I love how Tony asked him, if you weren't in here right now, when were you gonna tell me about this? This is the second time I'm playing catch up with you, bro. Like, this is, as old school as you are, then you should need to start acting by old school rules. Straight up. That's all it comes down to. I love how Tony just asserted he knew, like, all right, there's a way to get rid of him. How am I going to do that? Because he can't be around anymore.
So what about that flashback moment?
The flashback moment when he was talking about
when he started looking at Fech, and then he thought about the exact game, and then he zooms in on.
Yeah, that's when he knew, because Carmelo said, you don't have friends, you have flunkies. They scared of you. When you know everybody laughing at your joke, you really got to pay attention to the one who ain't, because he plotting.
Because he don't respect you.
Right.
Not only do he respect you, but he, as I've been saying, he doesn't even feel that you're worthy to sit in that seat. I'm more worthy than you. What the fuck have you done to sit in this seat and come in my card game and make jokes and step on my stories and tell me how I need to earn and go against me when I have a decision against Paulie in the lawn cutting and tell me that I can't steal these cars because that's what we do. I saw a lick and I took it, and I'm bringing you your cut.
Yeah.
Like, who are you?
Right.
So once Tony knows that's how he's going to operate, Tony quickly realized this is not going to end here. That scowl is going to turn into something else. And as soon as he gets a chance to take a shot, and you just told me that you talked to Johnny Sapp. I know you've been talking to my uncle. As soon as you get a clear shot, you're going to take it. Nah, bruh. You got to get up out of here. You a threat. Same way Richie was a threat, the same way Ralphie was a threat.
What do you
more of a threat because you got the legend status next to your name. People actually fuck with you.
What do y'all think about this crying? Why did Tony have tears? What was that?
Tony had tears.
Yeah.
When?
So look, if you go to the scene, guess it's like I don't know how many times he's like, so he said that's another thing when he's talking to Seal, and he says he's doing the blink thing and got tears. And he says, all right, well, don't be so hard on yourself though. And still saying this to Tony, and Tony's like literally wiping his eyes, and like, I was like, dang, bro, like Tony crying for, like, what is this? Like, what was it? Is it because this thing of theirs, like, it's in at the end concept? So it's like, bro, we would have never done this back in the day. Me actually setting up one of our guys, we would have never done it. You know what I mean? But versus whacking them, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think he's in an impossible spot. I can't let you earn. Like, I let Richie sit out here on the street. If Janice ever popped in, what would have happened? I let Ralphie get away with so much bullshit. It ended up to the point where I ended up killing him. I can't as Tony, I can't have that happen again. I can't let my emotions go that far to where I'm killing someone in this thing. That's two bodies. Now I'm not upholding everything that I said we're supposed to be standing for. Like, it's probably that sadness of, man, I really gotta. The last thing I want to do is talk to the cops or set this man up. That's the last thing. Sending somebody to jail.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I agree. I definitely agree with Rich on
that. We go to the next scene. Chris and Benny pulls up on Fech. Fech is drinking wine and eating peaches. Never heard of that.
Shout out to episode 87, man. Sitting on the porch. Another week in the books, man. That's what I'm trying to be. I can't wait to the day. Facts. I can't wait to the day where I'm sitting on the porch drinking wine and eating peaches, man.
You feel me? Like, that's the lifestyle right there.
Living a good life.
Wine and peaches, baby. Yeah, I like that. That was different. I don't know why that stood out to me. We damn near need shirts. Wine and peaches. That's the lifestyle. But yeah, so it's good to see Benny. Benny's like fully in the swing now. I feel like Chris tracksuit was fire to me. And bro, the way they sold it was just crazy. I love this. Like, when they're doing this type of thing, it's one of my favorite things Sopranos do. Like when Tony and Furio doing the Christmas thing with the hat on, acting drunk and all that. Like, I that's one of my favorite things they do. Like, is that like setting up thing, playing and joking, but you really, yeah. So they pretty much set up Fech.
I never thought about this until now. That's a lot of trust to put into Chris and Benny, if you Tony.
Facts.
Like, usually when you do something like that, you don't want any witnesses. You don't want anybody that's going to come back and be able to tell the story of, well, actually, remember that time when, you don't want that hanging over your head. So I never looked at it from that perspective until I was watching it this time. That is pretty interesting because they knew what they was doing.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, because Chris just an episode ago just stepped out when he told you keep your mouth shut, bro. Like,
I think
you're
how
right.
Chris played it was brilliant. In the sense of, I don't want him to pick up on what we're doing here. However, I needed to register in the sense of when the PO comes, you're going to get locked up. You're going to jail for this.
Yeah, you're going to jail now.
Yeah. So I think it was great in the sense of how we've seen Christopher throughout the series.
Hey,
that's a deep cut, bro. That's a deep cut.
I forgot all about that shit,
bro. That's a deep cut. Like, if you know, you know. Sorry, Spike.
You going to jail now?
No, facts.
Sorry, bro. I be saying stuff. I know sometimes people don't pick it up. I'm like, all right.
Nah, I picked that up right away, man. I'll never forget that moment. That's up there. That's up there with Sharkeisha.
That's definitely That's all the way up there.
Perfect,
bro.
Oh man.
Oh goodness.
Perfect.
Freaking internet.
Shit.
Yeah. But the way they did it, you could tell it's the mind of Tony though, because the way they did it, they made Fech feel like he was outsmarting them, like they're young boys and he's an OG, and so they way he did, but it's got to be played how Tony wanted it to be played. So it's just it is dope.
I remember watching this the first time too. It made me wonder who was going to be the villain since he was gone.
Yeah. I'm almost watching it like that again, like kind of seeing that, you know what? Because
like, who gonna take his place?
I'm gonna talk more about it in a minute. We get Wegler and Weg and Carmela. You know, what are you gonna do? She's doing what she got. She's doing whatever she can as a mother. She has a loser son. So what do you want me to do? But this is Wegler trying to put on the game right here, try to like get her onto the books, and I hate it because I like Carmela really. Unfortunately, she don't really know her potential for real, so she's looking like she just kind of looked goofy to me, like pulling out the notepad and writing down the book, like. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't like it. Like I didn't like it from her.
I was like, dinner dates, man. Y'all niggas wild.
Bro, you pull out the notepad. Let me go check out this book, and he uses the game because like, oh, she's attracted to intellectuality. Now I'm about to lock in on that, and he just keeps doing it over the. Yeah. Anyway, but anything I want to add to this scene between them?
No.
Stick by both of them.
Yeah, freaking sicko. We go to the parole.
Her pulling out that notepad is crazy.
You see what I'm saying? It's like, bro, you got it.
We just got our dinner, man. Sit that. You know good and damn well we ain't here for none of that, man. Eat your food.
Right.
Man, he just plays it. So anyways, the parole officer visits Fech, and he's walking through the house, checking out things. He said, "Oh, is that your garage? Let's go check out the garage." This whole play was just brilliant. Again, like we've talked about, and pretty much they the last scene will get there as far as them arresting him. We get a scene with the guys. They're watching baseball, and I guess they're gassing up. Somebody's passing gas over and over. Like I hate. Anyways, I hate that. That's like you're leaving my house. If you do that, you leaving my house. Like you think that's funny, you're leaving. Like
especially if we got food, bro. I'm eating these wings, bro. Chill.
That ain't just never been our. Again, this just goes back to like the cultural difference. It's not color. It's culture. Shouts out to Coach Guard.
Shout out to you, man. Shout out to that.
Yeah, that's one of those things. It's just a cultural difference. Like that's their type of humor. That ain't never been funny to us. Like Pat farting. Like, but I thought the only thing that stood out to me was that Artie was he serious when he was trying to throw in let's watch ballet?
No, it was just saying like, man, baseball. So it's almost like how people feel about football.
Okay.
Back in the day, you got those hard hits and everything, but now everybody's saying it's turning into flag football, the whole nine. More so ever since the strike. The strike took place in 1995 in baseball, and they're saying ever since it came back and they the same game, so we might as well just watch ballet. We're gonna watch.
Okay, good call. Thank you. AJ challenges Tony for a quick moment, and he was like, "Yeah, give me 15 minutes or whatever." And he was like, "Little nigga, you better go upstairs, bro."
Yeah, that's what Carmella can't do.
Yeah,
right.
The same way AJ got out of bed when he saw Tony's Escalade.
That's why you're here. Yeah, exactly. That's why you're here.
Yeah, pretty much. We get Fech Lamano, and we just get this long like montage of a scene of him just looking out. And I mean, I think it was just giving. What is it? Is it Robert Lozier?
Robert Lozier.
Lozier, okay.
Talking about the actor.
Yeah, the actor.
I
think they was just trying to give him a proper send off. Like I think that's why that scene was kind of extended because there really wasn't nothing there to me. But I think they was just giving that proper closeout because I mean it was like a short. Again, we talked about he had a hard time remembering the lines, and so that's why they end up having to cut it short with the Fech Lamano character. But man, goodness gracious, you would have known how they got it edited and put together.
Man. I meant to real quick. I know we at the end of the episode or getting there. We got one more scene with Carmella, but I meant to say earlier when they were at Adriana's club when Fech met them there. Remember, there was a moment when Seal pointed up and looked at Tony and pointed up when he heard the song. And he acknowledged the song that they was playing.
Yep.
Do either one of y'all know why he did that?
Because Stevie Van Zandt was a part of that song, right?
The song is called Little Steven and the Lost Boys, and Steven Van Zandt, when he's not acting, he's known by as Little Steven. So it's kind of like a nod to him, like your real life persona.
That is just one of the firest things every time. Like you just like, oh yeah, and I do this. Like it's crazy.
I know that.
Yeah, he played with what? Bob Dylan? Is that no? Is it who is it? He's like the right hand man to. I know somebody listening, like I can't believe it. They don't know who.
What you talking about? You talking about his band?
Yeah, the band that he's with. He plays for
East Street Band.
I gotta find
Southside Johnny.
I gotta find it because I ain't.
Yeah, it was Bruce Springsteen. I'm sorry,
Bruce Springsteen. Okay, that's why he said he could play well as a consigliere because he was literally like his right hand man in the band. You know what I mean? So, which is there's a lot to that, and there's a lot about how Stevie Van Zandt he actually created like the Silvio character before he was a Silvio, but that's another story. But yeah, we see Tony and Silvio, and he pretty much tell him like, hey, say like he always does, like man. You did the right thing, of course. And then Tony says the same thing he said earlier. It's not a popularity contest. And this is a big step for Tony because it's like, okay, I'm going to have to start getting ruthless with niggas for real. I'm going to have to. I have to do this now. Like the being liked is about to be, it's getting smaller and smaller. Like, you know, and I ain't gonna even go there. Which one of my so-called niggas? So yeah, but yeah, he was like, the man was a legend. So Tony, he's obviously, he know he had to do it, but he don't like that he had to do it.
They ain't like to do it, man.
He ain't like to, but you know, it's like, I gotta deck you out real quick. I you my man's, but I gotta deck you out because you bugging and you drunk.
That's Nino Brown on the rooftop.
That's definitely Nino Brown on the rooftop. Great reference. Yeah, with tears in his eyes.
Mm-hmm.
My brother. Do we get the last scene with? Done. Yeah, Carmela. Carmela has this quick little flashback vision, it seems like, and she's looking down and she sees AJ as a little boy riding this tricycle, and he's riding fast down the driveway, and it was like one way, then the camera flipped the other way, and it showed her like as a younger version of herself, and then she comes back to her reality and she walks into a lonely house, and that's pretty much where we end. Do y'all have any interpretation of that last scene? I never quite got it. I know there's deeper, you know, podcasts that may speak to what that was supposed to mean.
I just look at it as, so she mentioned earlier about how AJ was a sweet one. He learned the concept of sharing before all the other toddlers.
Yeah.
It's a good reminder, and the way I look at it, especially as someone who doesn't have any children, A, life comes at you fast, the time flies, and B, one thing that I don't think most people consider when they're bringing life into the world is that you don't have any control about how this person is going to turn out.
Mm-hmm.
I'll never forget, in my early 20s, I was dating this woman, and we weren't like seriously dating. It was one of those regular conversations of like, how many kids you want? Like one day, like blah, blah, blah. Not like we were planning for kids. It was just one of those general conversations.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember I said a number, which was pretty high.
Boy.
And I'll never forget her response was, it's hard raising good citizens. And she said it just like that. It's hard raising good citizens. And I was like, damn. And ever since then, that was over 10 years ago, I've always looked at it like that. Like, you don't have any control over your child's personality, how they going to be. You can do your best, but they going to be who they are.
Yep.
It was just a good reminder that Carmela never planned for her relationship for AJ to be like this. But that's where they are. That's just what it is. And it's out of her control.
Yeah.
And she looks back at the years when she did have more control, when she did have a sweet son, when everything was kind of how I envisioned it when I was 16 of how it was going to be with my family. I'm going to have great kids that listen to me and they're going to be kind and smart. Like, nah, man, that's not how life works. You can't control everything. And I just looked at that scene the same way.
Man, that's a great point. I think it's well said. And that's our episode, man. All happy families. But before we get out of here, we got to leave y'all with the rankings. So Spike Lou, how do you rank this episode? Just another envelope, a good earner, or a made episode?
I would say good earner.
Okay. Good earner. What say you, Rich? What do you rank this episode?
I hate to say it, man. It's just another envelope.
Ooh.
It's just another envelope.
It's probably a high. Man. You think it's a high one, or?
It's definitely high. It's on the edge of. The Fech storyline is probably the most entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
I just dislike AJ so much and all the other bullshit that goes with it. That it's just hard for me. It's not one of my, especially when you look at it as a whole of a season.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just not one of those episodes that I want to go back and watch as a standalone.
Yeah, I guess that's what we got to start, questioning the ranking. I'm gonna go good earner.
I would never just choose this. Yeah, I'm only watching this during a rewatch. I'm never.
This ain't a go-to.
Yeah, I'm never gonna just. Let me watch that episode.
I still say it's a good earner. I think it kind of touched everything from both sides of the family frequently enough, and that's normally a good sign for me with a Soprano episode.
Niggas got permanent marker on their cheeks talking about insert here. Hell nah, man.
Oh,
just another envelope, please.
Yeah. Look at him now. I feel convicted. Now I might have to change my ranking just off of that, off the marker, bro.
Sway me right now.
Losers.
Bums. You bum. Spike Lou, who gets the good earner chain for you on this episode?
The good earner chain for me on this episode would go to shit, man.
Seem like nobody won. It almost seemed like nobody won, kind of, don't it?
I know my answer.
It really, I would say Johnny Sack. Getting Lorraine out the way,
I forgot about that. That's a good call.
Yeah, like I would say Johnny Sack, man.
That's
Like,
crazy.
he making the rounds of, like, I'm the boss.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all stop fucking around with me. So I would go with Johnny
That's
Sack.
a great call, bro. I
That
forgot.
is a
Like
good
you
one.
forget that even is in this episode, bro.
Yeah, because you don't physically see him, but that's a good one.
Mm.
Hey, shout out to that might be our first good earner chain that for somebody who didn't even appear in the episode.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah,
I think it is. You thinking different right now, bro. It must be the cut.
Yeah, I like that. It must be gotta be the cut.
Gotta be the cut.
Gotta be the cut.
I still gotta run some errands, man.
All right, let's hurry up, get this man out of here so he can run some errands, man. It's still some light in the grocery stores right now.
Yeah,
what say you? Who gets a good earning chain from you, Rich?
Mr. Wegler.
Mm.
Mr. Wegler setting up the play, man. He in there.
Mm.
He in there. As soon as she accepted that dinner, oh yeah, it's in there. And once you see the next few episodes, yeah, it's gonna come to fruition. It wasn't a lot of obvious winners. Johnny Sack, that was a great choice, but Mr. Wegler is the one who actively put in some work. It's like, all right, I'm seeing the fruits of my labor.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
Mo, what you got?
This is a good one.
Dramatic.
I really don't have a good one, so I'm gonna throw somebody out there, man. Bump it, Lawrence Taylor, man. Bump it, Lawrence Taylor, man. I don't, because I really don't have no. I don't know. It's rough. I'm gonna say Lawrence Taylor just for being the only nigga in first class.
That's crazy.
Who gets
that's good enough.
That's good enough. Broken balls. Who gets the broken balls for you, Spike?
The Broken Balls award for me is Dr. Melfi. Her trying to explain to Elliot why she should take Tony back, getting the gift basket, all those things. Like, it's broken balls. Like, just say what you want to do and do it.
Yeah, that was
don't bullshit around.
Super weak. Rich, who gets the Broken Balls award?
I felt like it was too easy to go with Fech.
Yeah.
So I'm going with Tony. I'm going with Tony, man. This was a rough episode for Tony all the way around. He's still struggling with the guilt that he carries with Tony B. Him and Carmella is still beefing. AJ now is becoming a problem. He didn't want to take AJ in as a full-time live-in, and he has to do that because of his fuck-ups.
Mm-hmm.
And he also he's realized, to Carmella's pointing out, that he doesn't have any friends. Maybe Artie, but he really doesn't have any friends. I don't know if he even was thinking about that or acknowledging that until Carmella mentioned it.
Yeah.
And you can see it's in his head because he's seeing it every time they laugh. He's doing the flashback and the slow-mo and all that kind of good stuff. And regardless of how I feel about Fech LaMotta, he is a legend.
Mm-hmm.
He has a long story history in Jersey with this thing of ours. This empire that I run today was built on his shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to send him to jail. No matter what my justification was, no matter if it's the right move and anybody can understand why I did it, that's heavy to sit on, man. Like, I had to send one of ours to the can.
Yeah, to over there.
We don't do that. Well, I took an oath against stuff like that. Yeah. Like, he just took a lot of L's this episode.
That's a big point. I'm going to Jewish wedding party. To go to the wedding and then come back out and your best whip is stolen. Going to somebody's wedding, bro, that's terrible. Like, that would be awful. I got to go to a wedding here soon. That would be awful. What's your favorite
Uber?
Boy, what's your favorite line from the episode, Spike?
Damn,
you ain't got no bars.
First.
Okay,
I ain't got no bars.
All right, Rich. What's the bars?
It's more of a quote than a line. Man.
Okay, what's the quote?
This shit is hilarious to me. Because if you're a parent, man, and you try to understand your kids, you really don't get a full scope of what's going on. And you reach that moment where you got to have a serious conversation and really ask this question. When Tony he had AJ choked up. Tony said, "Hey, man, if you got some kind of sexual proclivity with that teacher or whatever, now's the time to tell us." Yeah. I mean, what went on up there? Poppers and weird sex? Like,
bro, he's pushing the gay so strong.
Hey, like, as much as we don't like AJ,
he want to make sure he ain't like Ralph though. He want to make
Hey,
sure
man.
that like Ralph ain't
Ralph
in
is
my
still
child
lingering
yet.
in his head.
Yeah,
Like,
Nigga said, what went on up there? Poppers and weird sex. Like if you ain't answer your phone, you come back with no eyebrows. Like, hey, bruh,
Facts.
who are
I
you?
gotta,
Like, what you
I
got
gotta
going
double
on in your
down.
life?
That's my answer to Mo.
That was
I
really
gotta
good.
double down and what he said.
Because he meant it. That's what made that whole thing funny. Because he meant that. Like, I genuinely,
Yeah.
I'm not even judging you right
Because
now.
I
I really
need
just
you.
want to
I
know.
need you to tell me. Right. I need you to tell me honestly how this thing works. Yeah. So
And he brought up the
that's
teacher.
my
Like, damn, man, that's some nasty
facts.
work. And AJ's reaction, like, what?
Facts.
Like, what? Where the
Facts.
fuck?
Facts.
Because
Facts.
I don't know if anybody out there listening has ever been accused of something that's so
Facts.
inaccurate
egregious. Like,
to the point where you're like, how did you
Facts.
even get there? Like, what makes you? What is it about me? Well, there's a ton about AJ, but what is it
Facts.
about me to make you even think I'll be on that?
right. Yeah.
Like, you got some kind of weird sexual proclivity. We just here's another thing before I let you go, Mo. That makes it even more funny. We just talked about how Tony wrote that letter to Melfi. He's misspelling words. Proclivity ain't even a word that you think Tony knows.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
He's so upset and concerned. Like, Nick, is you up there with
You
that
stuck
teacher
there,
doing some
right.
weird shit? Like, what the fuck is going on, man? Because this ain't adding up, and I can't understand you. I can understand like getting in trouble, breaking into some things, getting throwing shit in the pool, doing teenage stuff, but this shit weird. Like,
Yeah.
That's a great pool. I'm right there with him. With Rich.
You were Rich. I'm going. Don't call me the Godfather with that cute smirk. Yeah, nigga, watch your mouth. You know what I mean? Like when he's talking to Fech, that's a Tony quote right there. And lastly, Spike, what was your favorite moment of this entire episode?
My favorite moment of this entire episode had to be when Tony bought the truck for AJ. Like, I don't give a fuck about what y'all got going on. This is what I do. This is me being this is me being that person that has all of the y'all gotta fuck with me. I don't give fuck. I don't care how y'all perceive me. So yeah, I'm gonna buy a truck and I'm gonna do the things that even with all the things going on that you don't like, I'm gonna do it. So yeah.
Okay. What about you, Rich? What's your favorite moment?
The meeting at the Bing when Tony realized he got to send Fech away. That whole thing. Fech bringing in the bakery box. Yeah, Fech bringing in the bakery box, all of that, man. Fech not backing down. Most people back down to Tony. Telling him straight up, I don't like the way I'm being talked to. Just that realization that, the flashback and everything like that. Oh, no, he got to go, bro. Like, did I not learn from Richie Aprile?
I ain't learned nothing from Richie Aprile.
Yeah,
man. That was my favorite scene.
Mine is just the executive games. Both, I really am a big fan of that. It's just it's always a fly way they shoot it. I love the executive games. I always did. But that Fech Lamano, like getting checked, that was up there. And of course the Chris and them like hitting with the 52 fake out. That was dope too. But that is our episode, man. We thank y'all for tuning in. Truly, it's a pleasure. It's an honor to be able to continue to keep doing this. These guys keep going. So we're gonna just keep doing this thing, man. Hopefully, by the time y'all hear this, y'all enjoying your holidays, having a good time with the family. We appreciate y'all for listening and supporting us. GoodEarnerPod@gmail.com. If y'all want to hit us up, YouTube, and leave us a comment, anything. GoodEarnerPod_Sopranos. Y'all can DM us on Instagram. Anywhere y'all want to reach out, we always read y'all letters, messages on the air. So thank y'all for tuning in, and remember, don't forget about it.